What's up, everybody? How you doing today? Welcome to the Purge.
Euphigenia Doubtfire, dear. I specialize in the education and entertainment of 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 entertainment. Candy and the sun. Could you make me a woman? Showtime. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run daggers for you. Daggers for you. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run go pump some neurons. I know you're used to Lucy. Din, such a shot. It tastes good. Such a shot. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Surprise. Hip hop, bebop, dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop doesn't mean that they don't love. Hip hop, bebop, bop, 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 dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop. Just a little bit of nicotine. The sun. Just a little bit of nicotine. Cream in your sugar now. A little bit of nicotine doesn't mean that they don't love you. For you, I'm in charge. Beggars for you. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Go pump some neurons. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Such a shun, such a shun. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Hip hop, bebop, dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop doesn't mean that they don't. Hip hop, bebop, bop, 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 dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop, bum, 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 bum. Just a little bit of nicotine. The sun. Just a little bit of nicotine. Cream in your sugar now. A little bit of nicotine. Din, doesn't mean that they don't love you. When I'm in charge. Don't fuss with me. It tastes good. Din. It tastes good. Pump. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Such a shun. Such a shun. I'm in charge. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Yeah. Hip hop, bebop, dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop, mean that they don't love. Hip hop, bebop, bop, 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 dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop, candy in the sun. Just a little bit of nicotine. Din. Just a little bit of nicotine. Cream in your sugar now. A little bit of nicotine doesn't mean that they don't love you. Well, that's all for today. Bye-bye.
Yo, everybody, what's going on? Nice to see y'all here. Looks like I got the mic thing fixed for now. That's working good. Yay! Had to go into the genius settings there to get it. You know how my technical skills be for my Iraqi war. Now, I did get this shirt though. I love it. So I think it looks sharp. Tex Max, Thunderclap, Echoes, Lala, Leslie and Billy. The gang's all here. We're going to get going real quick. Hopefully I got some fun stuff in the beginning. And, well, maybe it's not that fun. So the first execution I've heard of in a while. Buddy Murphy. We got former Houston resident Garcia Glenn White passed away by lethal injection at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, Huntsville, Texas. from some unalivings he did in '89 of twin teenage sisters after unaliving the mother. So that's how we started this show. I wanted to throw this in here because I watched her today, and Echoes, now you have a new competition, I guess you'd say. And I like her. She is a podcast with Patricia, and I think she's new, or podcast with Peterson. You know what I meant. And I think she's new. She got only 60 subscribers there. So let's take a little listen to her real quick.
From fleeing. Now I realize that in this case, if he flees, he's known by everyone, and so it's that's unlikely to happen. But he does seem to be treated better than most other defendants, right? I mean, he got his case moved out of Moscow to Boise, like 300 miles away. He has his ability not to wear the orange jumps, the prison garb, without being shackled. He just seems like he is being treated a little better. I mean, his mugshot now, he's got...
Oh my God, that is not being considered treated better. Being treated like everyone else under the law in that circuit, okay? And he has a right to petition the court in regards to a fair trial. Apparently, Judge agreed. What's the problem? That's not special. Those are things that can be used to obtain a fair trial. That is not special treatment. And I'm sick and tired of people like yourself, Mr. I don't know who the hell your name is, and I apologize if I sound a little bitchy. Speaking of which, I'm looking at here. Dude, you've got fake plants behind you. Yes, no. Get you one of them fiddly figs, okay? They're pretty low maintenance. It seems like you got a lot of light in your office. Let's no. That one to the left, ditch that, get a fiddle leaf, okay? It'll look much better, seriously. Okay, back to what I'm saying. We are not going to continuously say that Brian Kohberger is getting special treatment when that is not what's going on here. Stop it. You are literally lying to your audience. You're lying to your audience. I think you have a certain responsibility when you do certain things. When you go and get a law degree, you do all these things. You have a certain responsibility to be truthful, to educate people within the masses. You've got 61,000 subscribers, dude. And you are spouting bullshit. I have 62 subscribers, and I'm appreciative of every one of you guys.
I came across her today, and I absolutely love her. So you see what I'm talking about there, Trish, right? Okay. Anyway, this was a sad story, and it keeps covering it up here. His mom was 79, and she was a sweet lady. And she had trouble walking, like my mom does. My mom broke her hip. This woman was 79. Marjorie Havard. Marjorie Havard. Rest in peace. And she lived near the beach there. And he kept calling her and telling her not to... Thank you, Lala. We got to make sure Echoes understands everything. Every day is fuck with Trisha Day. He kept calling her and telling her, don't get up and walk around. And the house started to flood. And she's down on the beach there. And he thinks she got up and tried to vacuum. And she fell and drowned, unfortunately, in 3 feet of water. Anyway. So, rest in peace, Marjorie. So this was cockroaches hide in unusual place, and this is the unusual place. You know how they say they're going to survive the nuclear apocalypse. So during the storm, they went into the coffee pot. I'd no word on if they survived after that. 2 more people were arrested in Rathdrum for rugs, and this was Tuesday, Dayline Tuesday, Moscow, and there's no further story, which I felt like was a story in itself. We don't really need to look at whatever garbage they have at the news. Okay, so they did a Time magazine did a expose or a article about our favorite lady there, Ann Burgess, and she was the pioneer of investigating serial unalivers and helping out victims of SA. And I just thought that was really wonderful. So kudos to her and her son. Aw, echoes. Come on. This I thought was interesting. I'm just going to play it because this is what I see almost every day. When you go to US 19 is you say when you live in Pinellas County, your whole life is one big circle up and down US 19. Well, this is towards Countryside where I just moved from. And it's the only part that they didn't make part of the federal highway. So there's a traffic signal when you come off this long freeway from work. It just ends in this stupid traffic signal. Well, here now this caused the unalivings of 2 people. And I just thought it was a good look at my town. And you can just see what it looks like. But that's the traffic jam was major because it was a 5-car pileup. And this highway has killed or claimed to so many of my friends. It's ridiculous. But take a look at this.
I had 8 UTIs in 1 year.
We got to get this commercial here out of the way. Yeah, awesome. Okay, that's why I love that channel. Hip hop, bebop. All right, so anyway, let's see. 20 now. We're not going to wait 20 seconds for that commercial to play. Anyway, so you got an idea of the picture there. And then this was a cop.
Like a savvy in the flesh. There he is. Look at him. In the flesh. He's here.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
You already told me you didn't have anything here.
Oh, yeah. I just got to do some FOIA requests and things of that nature. A FOIA request for your body camera footage and Sergeant Brian Fahey's disciplinary records.
You can have to send it in writing.
Yeah.
Who's the guy behind you that you hold?
I have to conduct business here, Sergeant.
Sir, what can we do for you? Come on.
Oh, you're the sergeant of pistol departments, aren't you?
Come on.
Sir.
Excuse me, sir. You have to get out of the way.
Sir, I know your inclination is wanting to assault me, Sergeant. Stop pushing me. I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to get in the building.
You can't come in the building. You have no business here.
I do have business here. Stop acting like a savage. What are you doing? At this point, Sergeant Brian Fahey assaulted me. Stop acting like a savage in the flesh. There.
Unreal, right? Literally assaulting right there. Swiffer Fly, you went to Countryside High School. I graduated from Countryside in '87. So, I'll tell you my age there. Oops. Okay, so anyway, go Cougars. This was from Jen, and I have not talked to her today. She's busy, I guess. But the show must go on. So, welcome in, Swifferfly. Glad you found me. Fellow alumni from Countryside. There was a report in Moscow. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Awesome. Oh, so you were there right at the beginning when they first opened Countryside then, I guess. And I almost went to Pinellas Park, which was the same school, basically. They built them at the same time, exact same layout. But I wound up in Countryside when we moved. Anyway, this, you might have seen this post from Jen today. And a lot of people had said that there was somebody walking around town taking the hosters with the tip line information down. And here is the report, no report. Of course, report, no report. Oh, wait, Steve, you're not the Stevie B guitar Stevie B, are you? The Stevie B from Stevie B's Guitars? I live near Seminole High School now. That's funny. I wonder, because I saw you before in one of the chats. I don't know if it was mine or not, Stevie B, but are you from Stevie B's Guitars? Clay and all those guys? That'd be crazy. Welcome in, Stevie B. All right, so there's that vetted. I guess people had... okay. I would have liked two... There's two coincidences in one thing. What have I got? I got a group here. Hold on. Ungroup. Okay. So, another Pinellas County, though. That's cool. That's awesome. Hold on to your seats here. Yeah. I didn't realize there was music on that one. Oops. Alright, so that'll get deleted. Now, there was a SWAT standoff in Moscow. Whippity-doo-dah. I don't know if Fry is still on the SWAT team or not. I'll play the video since it's already decided to play, or can I? Here it is.
Telling you that we're closed. All of those are now open. You can take a look at this gentleman right here. He's roping off the area, and this is what I believe is the investigation process that is now ongoing.
So I don't know what part of town the Latah County Annex is in. I'm sure that Bubbly Waters would know. She's not here. He hasn't found us yet. But it looks like there's some apartments back here that look upper scale, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I got a camper out front there. Something like that. What's FAF? I don't know what FAFO is. I don't know all the acronyms, Heather. Wow, all these Pinellas County people here today. That's crazy. Happy Hounds. This was, let me see what the dateline is on this. It was updated on the 5th of September. Published on the 5th of September. Oh, good call. What's today? It's October. I just came across it. I think this might be the older article. There's a newer one. I think there was another one. Sorry.
Part 9. A 71-year-old man in Africa has lived in isolation for 55 years due to gynophobia, a fear of women. He locked himself in a home at age 16, secured by a 15-foot fence. This is what sand looks like when magnified 300 times. In 2005, a man was talked off the Golden Gate Bridge by Officer Kevin Briggs. Today, he's happily married with 2 kids and runs a mental health group. Indian fugitive billionaire Vijay Mallya's luxury bungalow. Dippin' Dots was originally designed as cow feed before becoming ice cream. A 1,500-year-old Byzantine bathtub in Spatla, Tunisia. In Finland, they paint reindeer antlers with reflective paint to prevent car accidents at night. These are the eyes of a mosquito under a microscope. A snowy bridge high in Norway. In 1945, a Soviet listening device was discovered in a gift given to the U.S. ambassador. After 7 years.
After 7 years.
Rare, interesting photos.
I thought that I'm going to go quick today, guys, because I have a whole ton of them. Woo! That's just nuts. I thought this was funny.
So I love that man. We share a beautiful life. in a beautiful home. And if you try to enter my home, I will shoot you. Viewers from New York and California, please close your ears. I have a gun. How much do I?
All right. All right. Yeah, there was that eclipse was today, wasn't it? Good call, Heather. So, what is dirty soda? This is something that is, I guess, going viral. And it's a high-calorie drink. It's a blend of soda, milk, and flavored syrups. And it's a popular drink in the Mormon communities and currently going viral. It was in the new Hulu reality series, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So, go ahead and, if you already don't enjoy that drink, give that a try. I'm just going to move along.
These couple of silver foxes right here. How old are you ladies?
73.
73? It's like my favorite flavor. Wow. That's age. These are twins? Fuck. 73? That's like fucking one 146-year-old, dude. Like, that's gotta be a record, right? What are your names?
Linda left-handed, Rita right-handed.
Linda left-handed, Rita right-handed. Look at that. Wow. And then you just shake it up real fast. And then she said the mailman came right after the milkman. Man, what the fuck is a milkman? That's the oldest shit ever, dude. But you are married. Where is he? Home. A home or your home? Day by day? Got it. That's what it's like to eat out Linda.
All right, I'm just moving along. Moving along. Yeah, okay, that was the picture on. Did you guys like my thumbnail today? There are Easter eggs in all my thumbnails, by the way, guys, so keep that in mind. Oops. Hold on. There we go. All right. So, I actually did want to read from this article. If you're familiar with my thumbnail, of course I replaced the 1122 with the house in this picture. And a lot of people, I always thought this was Ozzy. And this is from a Black Sabbath album cover. But it's actually a woman, and her name is Louisa Livingstone. She was on the Flintstones for a while. No. And this is what she looked like at the time, and she was a model, and actually she was wearing nothing under that cloak, because they were doing some more risque stuff before, and they talk about in the article how the guy was putting dry ice in the lake, and it wasn't doing it, so they ended up using a smoke machine to get this kind of frosty effect. And then this is her now, if you can see that. So there she is. That's kind of cool, I thought.
Looking at? Well, you're looking at a 1971 Econoline van. It's got Chevy 350, Turbo 350 trans, 4-link coilovers, electric power steering, electric power brakes.
And get those front wheels up?
You can lift the front wheels off the ground for sure.
That's glorious,
yeah,
dude.
it's a lot of fun. It's around 4 feet shorter and about 10 inches chop. So the overall length is 10 feet. It's called One Bad Van, and that's about it.
Pretty cool, right?
Insulted that Germans are always the bad guys in movies.
No. Do you know why?
Why?
I mean, have you Wikipedia'd Germany history before?
Yeah. Do you ever get insulted?
Oh, Conesy. I love Conesy. All right.
4, Part 29. The intricate work of Japanese artist Lito, also known as Lito Leaf. In 2019, 4,855 people waited in the rain for hours to be a stem cell match for a 5-year-old boy with cancer. A match was found, and the boy has been cancer-free since. The Aquamen, a French theater group, are known for wandering with live fish in bowls on their heads. A long-tailed weasel shows off its acrobatic skills in its winter coat. A traditional Mongolian woman's outfit from the early 20th century, a Philippine fisherman unknowingly kept a 34-kilogram pearl worth $100 million under his bed as a good luck charm for 10 years. Two of the cutest frames ever captured by Russian photographer Vadim.
Those are worth a second look. Check those out. I think this one's a bunny.
Trunov.
No, it's a squirrel.
This stunning
Squirrel.
multicolored Indian corn is truly amazing. A 23 to 34 million year old praying mantis, perfectly preserved in amber from the Dominican Republic. Patients playing instruments during brain surgery to ensure their brain function remains intact. Rare photos never seen before, part 29. The intricate work of Japanese artist Lito, also known as Lito Leaf. In 2019, 4,855 people waited in the rain for hours to be a stem cell match for a 5-year-old boy with cancer. A match was found, and the boy has been cancer-free since. The Aquaman, a French...
Pretty crazy. Okay, I've missed that. Sorry. Here we go. Idaho's not the only place with beautiful areas. Hey, Al, what's up? Okay, so... Look at that shot, though. I'm assuming that's some kind of GoPro on a pole. I don't know. That is one amazing shot. That'll give you dizzies. Woo! I can't even handle that. I don't climb any. No way. Alright.
And behind the yellow light, please. The train will be on approaching soon. So the customer with the juicy melon, please stand away from the yellow light. And the customer with the juicy melon, please stand away from the yellow light, sir.
I have no idea why you can't see that. Okay, I switched. Sorry. I got ahead of myself on that one.
Pay $855 fine to court costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs, and $360 probation oversight fees. When can you pay that?
I can pay that today.
Is that your money or mom and dad's?
Not my money.
It's not your money. How old are you?
20.
20?
Yeah.
That's because you don't have any. Right?
He is working.
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't have money because I got one of those at home. They don't have money. They can be paid today.
Yeah.
And you're going to thank your parents for that? Okay. You going to pay them back?
Probably. Yeah.
That was the most honest answer I've ever heard a kid give. Usually they sit up here and go, yeah, and mom and dad, they're never going to see that money. But that's okay. You're to pay $855.
I love that judge. He's hilarious.
Diddy is scary. A lot of people are scared of Diddy. And you want to know one of the reasons why people are scared of Diddy? Because of where he comes from. There's gangsters, then there's gangsters. Okay? Diddy's dad has ties to Frank Lucas. If you don't know Frank Lucas is who Denzel played in American Gangster. That's who Diddy's dad hung out with. That's who Diddy's dad did business with. So when you ever rewatch American Gangster and you see that scene when Frank Lucas, Denzel, stands up and in the middle, broad daylight, middle of the sidewalk, a dude disrespects him and he pulls out a gun and he shoots him in the head and kills him in front of everybody because he knows nobody will say anything. That's who Diddy's dad ran with, right? That's who taught him his ABCs and stuff. But Diddy's a very different thing. Diddy is scary. A lot of people are scared of Diddy. And you want to know one of the reasons why people are scared of Diddy? Because of where he comes from. There's gangsters, then there's gangsters. Okay? Diddy's dad has ties to Frank Lucas.
I thought that was great.
We first went into the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon in 1977. I'd been asking to get in there for weeks, but the paint wasn't dry yet. It wasn't all put together. And when Chewbacca and I first went into the cockpit, he wasn't able to get into his seat because he's 7 feet, 4 inches tall, and wearing that costume. So the first thing is that they had to shift his seat around, and you'll never see him get into his seat in the original film, because he can't do it. And the second thing that happened that I remember is I asked George, well, okay, now how do you drive this thing? And he said, I don't know, just make stuff up, which is what we did, because nobody thought about how to actually drive it, run the thing, fly the thing. When we first went into the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon in 1977, I'd been asking to get in there for weeks, but the paint wasn't.
So that's for you. I didn't know that, Heather. That I guess because maybe the lead in there. I don't know.
America has become this real trendy place where if you have won the American Idol show, or American karaoke as I call it, then you can be a big star. But that's without learning your trade, without paying any kind of dues for what you've done. Yeah. But that's what America has become. It's become a place of trends. So America has become this real trendy.
Dio, can you hear me? I am lost and all alone. Your moment of zen. She was kind of lost what to do there for a second. She's like, twirl around? All right, hold on. Trigger warning. I can't believe he makes this. Oh, I mean, it's straight down. How many times? Oh, man. This is interesting. This is really interesting.
1974, Pepsi negotiated an exclusive contract to sell behind the Iron Curtain. But there was a problem. The Soviet ruble was not at the time convertible. In exchange for Pepsi, the Soviet Union gave Pepsi the exclusive right to sell Stolichnaya brand vodka outside the Soviet Union. Pepsi was paid in vodka. But when it came time to renew the contract in 1989, the Soviet Union was in the midst of change and looking to expand connections with the West. But expanding Pepsi sales meant a contract too large to pay in vodka. Instead, the Soviet Union traded to Pepsi warships, specifically a cruiser, a destroyer, a frigate, and 16 submarines. After the trade, PepsiCo had the 6th largest submarine navy on Earth. Don Kendall, then chairman of the PepsiCo executive board, quipped to U.S. National Security Advisor Brent Scowcroft that we are disarming the Soviets faster than you. In 19...
That's crazy. So which company are you from? All right, these are the horses in Arabia, and they don't even let them out of the barn. What up, Scott? Good to see. Are you from Pinellas County also? I'm wondering what's going on here. And I'd never seen them before, the Arabian horses here. They'll tell you about them.
You know that the horses found in Turkmenistan...
Oh, man. I guess they won't tell you about them. Sorry. Anyway, you get to see them. And they're super shiny. This is like Uzbekistan or something. Look how shiny that is. So crazy. And then you see their different colored ones, too. Pretty beautiful. Turks, I can't even say it. Look at all the different... The white ones, obviously. The white... Oh, they say the white one will blind you if you look at it too long. It won't blind you, but it'll... Look at how beautiful they are. Anyway, so there's that. And then... This. I am a jabroni after all. Carolyn. It looks crazy. I wouldn't believe. Okay, so anybody put a 704 in the chat if my short uploaded. I did a short out of this, but trigger warning. Seriously, trigger warning. And this is the short that I put together.
Well, the silence of all of this will be cut out. Oh, it's moving.
You ready to proceed?
Comes right here.
All right, go ahead.
Are they going to show it? Are they going to show it? Oh, there's something. They might not allow. Oh my God, they're going to show it. Oh my God, look, he's pointing right at him.
If you're thinking of selling your home soon, you don't want to miss out on this. Not only will I buy your house fast, but I can also...
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's his family, like, literally crying.
Is that a portion of the video?
Oh my God, I cannot believe the family just had to watch that.
And will you ever identify the party that we saw in that video?
That was Sheriff Mickey Steins and Judge Kevin Mullins.
And also
So that was absolutely heartbreaking. She looks just like the girl from The Craft, though, I noticed. Does anybody else think that? Is there a 704? What was I saying? No, the short didn't show up today, did it? I uploaded it, and I did all this work, and there you go. YouTube is gone bazonkos. What's the next one here, guys? Okay, so this had a headline. Let me see if it's gone now. That it keeps popping up in the headlines, and Heather wants to debunk it. I don't know why. There was another... Wait, what was that? Pities? No? Okay. Oh, they settled their dispute in Pink Floyd. That's nice to know. Parents turn in their kids for flash mob robberies at 7-Eleven stores. Now, Bubs did a thing on that. And it was... Where'd it go? It was the same thing that was more or less happening here on Davis Island. Anyway, we had the bike mob, whatever, so I'll shut up. Well, we'll get the ad anyway. Anyway, so they rode up to a 7-Eleven, basically took like Slurpees and Three Musketeers bars, and they were all from Beverly Hills. So I thought that was pretty odd. Let me show you some more. This came in at the last minute on me, and I guess the doctor pleaded guilty in the ketamine overdose for Matthew Perry, the tragic Matthew Perry ending there, and so I'm not going to bother playing any of these videos. I just want to hit you with commercials. But he could remain free on bond with several restrictions, turn over his passport, yada, yada, yada. So there's I don't know. However you want to figure that out. Sad. Rest in peace, Matthew Perry. Rest in peace. I don't know. Okay, so American Picker star Frank Fritz passed away, I guess, today. Sad to see him go. I love American Pickers. It's a great show. And he will be missed. I don't know if him and Mike Wolf had broken ties. You see him off the show, on the show. And I wonder... what happened to his oil can collection and all his cool train stuff. I guess it goes to his kids or whatever. So rest in peace, Frank Fritz. Sad day. How old are we getting, guys? My goodness. All right. So college student unaliving suspect manhunt spanning multiple states ends after a week. So they have a guy in custody, a 1-year-old college student, suspected in the unaliving in Georgia, was tracked down and arrested by police while he was hiding out at a small community college. That's irony. It's not every day you find yourself on a college campus taking someone into custody for an unaliving. Ashkar and his team tracked down Astral after the BCSO received information the college student had an active arrest warrant in Georgia. We have a crime analysis center here. Our folks in the crime analysis center were able to push the information out to us in real time from the Georgia authorities that they were looking for Mr. Astral, knowing that he was wanted for an unaliving, that he may have had some relationships with the particular region. So I thought that was interesting. Was the same thing we have, only one unaliving though, and a college student committing the crime. So related, unrelated. I don't know what happened here. Must open an ad for me. Thank you, Fox News. And that's the same one. There we go. Repeat. I echo sometimes. I guess Heather doesn't let me live anything down. So I don't know if you want to believe this story or not. In Canada, yesterday, I guess, they spotted a UFO, and then I think it was F-19 allegedly shot it. I don't even want to spend any time on that story. They have a picture of it, but you can go look that up. This is more interesting to me, and guys, as if there's not enough stuff for you to worry about, and I don't bring enough stuff to the table to scare you. College students use Meta's smart glasses to dox people in real time. And so they literally have somebody looking out over the quad or whatever in Harvard, and they're able to get their identities, phone numbers, and addresses. With the most unsettling part is the demo uses current, widely available technology like the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses and public databases. So I guess there are some actual find the person's address things out there. I haven't found one that works. I even paid $4 for one. Got ripped off. And here's where it gets interesting, Ann Fu, I'd never had Nugent, one of two students, posted a video showcasing the tech in action. That was then picked up by 404 Media. Dubbed iX-Ray, the tech works by using Meta smart glasses' ability to live stream video to Instagram. A computer program then monitors that stream and uses AI to identify faces. Those photos are then fed into public databases to find names, addresses, phone numbers, and even relatives. That information is then fed through... this kind of thing, it makes you want to get one of those Hollywood Mission Impossible pair of glasses, right? Hey, Meg P. What up, girl? I'm glad you made it. Your mom got stung yesterday? Oh, that's right. Yeah, your mom got stung. That's right. Man, you guys really... you guys are having trouble. Okay. So we'll move on. Pinellas County people in here today. I love it. This is just a walk through Amsterdam. And they go without music for a little bit so we can walk. Just look at compared... I don't know if this is what it's like up in Ohio when the sun comes out. In Florida, most of us, if you live here, you try to avoid the sun, and you can tell the residents by the non-residents, and they're going to have some music up here in a second, so I'm going to kill it. But they have, you'll see the residents will walk on the shady side, and the tourists will walk on the sunny side. And so it was just funny to me to see all these people sitting together, and just enjoying the sun just as much as they can. Now I wondered if this is like Rotterdam or Amsterdam, if this is a swim area where they keep out the sharks. I'm not sure. I don't know. But you see a lot of people having fun and swimming in the water. It looks nice. Maybe it's only warm for a little while. I think that's the Amsterdam Museum of Art. I'm not sure. And this is a library, I think, over here. My mom is from Aruba, but they're Dutch in Aruba. So anyway, so yeah, that was a kind of a neat little stroll through Amsterdam, I thought. You guys enjoyed it. And then I had to look up, I think that's the end of that whole, oh, wait a second. Nope, that's right. Remember, podcast with Peterson. Check her out.
I just had to do that. Seriously, can we just stop talking about this goddamn suit and tie?
Let's go down the road a little bit with her.
If you're there standing up for this guy and somehow sticking your head in the sand and believing that this guy was framed and his DNA was planted and he was really sightseeing or looking at the stars at the time of the murder when his phone was turned off and he's in his hardtop Hyundai looking at stars on a winter day, I hope that you'll come back after the verdict and just at least come clean, or at least maybe not just disappear, because he's going to be found guilty. And for the person...
Oh, well, Mr. True Crime MTN is apparently a legal tarot psychic soothsayer, because he's going to be found guilty. Brian's going to be found guilty. Do you know why? Because this dude in Florida that doesn't know his ass from the hole ground is saying he's going to be found guilty. That's right. Big on the evidence. Who cares? Who cares that the hearings say something different, that the filings say something different, that there's no DNA on Mr. Kohberger or in any of his, areas that he was in, office, apartment.
I love it. I love how she talked about the tarot cards. That's why I'm glad that part came up there, Echoes, for... She sounds just like you, and she's talking about the tarot cards. That's why I said she's going to give you a run for your money. So, yeah, she's good. Okay, so let's go to the second one now. And it's supposed to show. Let's see if it does. I'm going to have to make a new window, I think. Yep. Okay, hang on one moment, please. Oh, you have to have the thing pulled up. That does help. Hey, now. Alright, so... Here, I'll go ahead and play this one since I already played it.
Thank you very much. And behind the yellow light, please. The train will be on hold chain soon. So the customer with the juicy melon, please stand away from the yellow light. And the customer with the juicy melon, please stand away from the yellow light, sir. Thank you very much. And behind the yellow light, please. The train will be on hold chain soon. So the customer with the juicy melon, please stand away from the yellow light. And the customer with the juicy melon, please stand away from the yellow light.
Tonka Trucks is in the house. What's up, Tonka Trucks? Alright, so I only put this one in here. Bank of America's down. Users report their accounts showing empty balances during widespread outage. Yay, digital currency. Let's go all digital, guys. What do you think? Nobody can have any money. Let's just put it all into the cloud. Heather has a cloud waiting for your donations. Alright, let's see. So this is my boy, Dennis Phillips. And he had... I was on the right thing there.
More moisture out of the atmosphere and causes things that they've never seen. So obviously they had no surge. They had the kind of effects that we had with significant surge.
Oh, here it is. This is why. Is Bubbly here? Where's Bubbly? Somebody text Bubbly. Because this was something we were talking about. Where is it? Exactly. There it is. Okay. So we were talking about on the last hurricane how the storm surge works, and it's because of the wind whipping and the pressure dropping that the water level actually. So you have, they say sea level actually rises, and with the one that hit up at Cedar Key, it was like 10 foot plus a 2 foot tide or more all that night. And that's why they had the damage. And this is a very good explanation. So this is Dennis Phillips here in Tampa Bay.
Is going to remain active in the tropics, and I think we're going to see Western Caribbean systems, and I think we're going to see Gulf systems. Now, usually when you get your first big front of the year, and it comes all the way through the state, most of the time that ends the season. But we haven't seen that, and who knows when we're going to see that. But models are hinting mid-October, like the 18th, one could get just to the north of us, but still not make it through. Kind of touched on that earlier on. All right, so in terms of the ingredients, we've still got warm water. Yes, it is not as warm as it was, but it's still warm, plenty over 80 degrees. You have the winds converging, but here's where we're going to be seeing some lacking conditions that could be less favorable. Yes, of course, we have abundant moisture, but you hear us talking about shear. And shear is when you have winds, upper level winds blowing in opposite directions as it goes up. So what you're looking for tropical development is upper level winds blowing in the same direction. Shear is when you rise from different levels of the atmosphere, the wind is blowing in different directions, and that limits development. We're going to see that from around the Tampa Bay area north. Now, again, we often show you this map, we get into September, the red color is where most of the storms form, which is normally offshore, staying offshore. But in October, that track from the Western Caribbean right over Florida is just the track. Terry, how you doing? I haven't not seen you for a while. So there it is. That is not only what is a normal track, I think that's probably what the track is going to be with this system. Now I'm going to show you the Euro AI forecast because it's going to be interesting. And by the way, look in November. You still have Western Caribbean storms that could go to the north. Not that I have seen, Kim, but I'll have to look. I will have to look. I do have a YouTube thing, but again, I have not been on there lately, so maybe there's something going on in my YouTube thing that I have not looked at. All right, and for the folks asking about Zach, Zach has not been banned. Gone. So there you go. Zach is gone. All right. So panhandle impacts will be minimal. Minimal. I am on YouTube now. Okay.
He had a couple of trolls in his chat. I had to mod one of them out of there too.
Hit a button that I preset.
Kept talking about geo
and then it sets
something.
up automatically. So repeating. All right. We have obviously warm water. Not as warm as it was, but plenty warm enough, okay? You have the upward motion, which leads to convection. But with that shear developing, especially from Tampa north, I think that's really going to limit. And as you see here, the velocity of winds must not change significantly with height. If they do, that is known as shear. And I think we are going to see shear in the northern Gulf, which is going to limit the ability of this to develop. Now, if this were to stay in the southern Gulf and stay south of the shear, there's a possibility it could get a little stronger. But at this point, we're thinking more tropical depression or maybe minimal tropical storm. The stronger this would become would be because it would stay farther south. I will tell you this, and I'm real confident in this, the farther north this would go, if it was organized, you would not see a hurricane. You would see a depression or maybe a minimal tropical storm.
I'll pause it right there. Bitch Franken, welcome into, I don't know where you got that in, the chat. For some reason, I tried to rewind my own chat not too long ago, and it wouldn't do it while I was live. So I don't know if maybe that's a feature I have disabled. I'll have to look at that. And then it's funny, OCD Shaggy I was watching something. It was like a Joe Rogan podcast, and they had the guy from One Tree Hill, and I hadn't seen him in so long, and he was talking about name one celebrity that you can say all his career hasn't had one fall. And he's like, the only one I could think of is Paul McCartney. And, it was the guy who does Trump. I forgot his name. What's his name? The guy who said there was no Sandy Hook. I forgot his name. Darn it. Wow, how am I? He said, I was going to say Britney Spears. And they all just started laughing. Anyway, that was fun. I'll go.
But obviously, in the month of October, the numbers usually drop down a bit. But look at this little uptick in the middle of October. Look at the little chart that pops up right there. See that little uptick in October? Those are Caribbean storms. So, we obviously have talked a lot about the quadrants. I do not believe this is going to be a hurricane. So I think these were very relevant and pertinent with Helene, but they're not going to be pertinent with whatever we have out there right now, especially with a very weak system. But what we dealt with Helene, obviously, was winds of 130 or greater offshore for us. But I do not believe we are going to be dealing with hurricane force winds with this particular system. The surge was a major issue, obviously, with Helene, and this is what we showed you. We showed you these graphics prior to the storm, because unfortunately with Helene and with any surge, it isn't just the water rise. It's the water rise and the waves on top of the water rise. So there's your normal ocean level, but then when you have surge coming in, you have that water rise. And you often even have you have waves that come up on top of that, which makes it even worse, which is exactly what we had. So, what are we talking about in our area? Okay? I should be on YouTube. I've not looked. If you guys want, I can look. I'll let one of you guys look for me. You guys can look for me. All right. So, I'm going to start right off with the different models for you. We've talked about the rainfall. Look, we've shown you this map. There's going to be some significant rain. All right? Now, NHC, let's see if the new numbers come out as of 8 o'clock. They are, and it's down to 30%. Look at that. So, we are now down from 40 to 30. Disorganized showers and thunderstorms over portions of the northwestern Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico are associated with a trough of low pressure. Environmental conditions could support some gradual development of this system over the Gulf of Mexico this weekend while it drifts eastward. It's coming to Florida, guys. No way around that one. Regardless of development, locally heavy rains could occur over portions of Mexico during the next few days.
So he's saying, he goes on to say in this that it is going to be like a nor'easter for Florida. So strong winds, depending on how long it takes to go by a lot of rain. But that's good that the development chances have gone down to 30%. And he even admits in there, you never know with these things. Look at what happened in North Carolina. That's never happened before, and it wiped out entire homes and village and towns. So there was no way to predict that. He said it's a up to the minute thing. Hey, old Granny is traveling again. How you doing today? Again. So yeah, even Dennis Phillips is 100% spot on, almost 100% of the time. He don't play. Homeboy don't play. So I always go by what he says, and I always see him buying milk at Publix. Now, I'm going to shut the audio off because I think there's music on this one, but get ready to have your heart broken, y'all. It's really going to happen. I don't care how tough you are. Sorry. Oh, I forgot to do the audio. The wrong one. Oops. There goes the live chat. Anyway, that's a heartbreaker right there, right? Okay, next one. All right.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197.
I got rid of I lost the
owner right now.
The no commercial thing. This part is funny, but I think it leads up to this. I think the stuff I want is at the end, and so I'll just go right to that. Where was it? Darn it! I had it right on there. Maybe that is it. Sorry about that. They took up a UAPs, blah, 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 blah. And, I remember what I was looking for. Twiz, are you out there? Check this out, bro. He's probably waiting to pop in till I play his theme song music like Bubs does. Okay, here it is. Sorry about okay, I was in the right area. So, am I on? Yeah, check this out. This is Mod Tricka. If you guys aren't subbed up to him, check him out. I'll share the video, and the videos are really one of his better ones. You might want to check that out. And I wouldn't expect Heather to put the link in there or anything. And so these are those Boston Dynamic robots. And this one, you can finally see it's not as cute with the beer piss and the balloons and the fur coat. It's got a machine gun. So check it out. Hold on. Darn it. Anyway. So the guy's walking along with the dog. And yeah, that's pretty scary. Here, you see what Mod Tricka says here. Check it out. Let me go back a 5 second here.
I mentioned in a video that once these robots get machine gun attachments, it's a wrap. Well, here we are.
Here, y'all. The dragon. Head. Working on something here. His nose. This piece right here.
He's saying those are wing appendages and wings. I think somebody brought up that there was dragons. I think it was Meg P. We were talking about dragons in the last chat, so I thought that was pretty interesting. Anyway, so the guy found a dragon. There was another thing in there, but I wanted to play that Boston Dynamic for Twiz. This is... What is this? This is... some YouTuber, and they did this video today, and you know, with this person, when they post videos, I always have to watch them twice because they move pretty fast. Heather 4. This is Heather 4's video. And I don't always catch what she's talking about at first. But I'll let you hear it for yourself if you haven't caught this one yet. And let me make sure I put the link in the chat and you guys can watch it on your own a couple times to see everything that she talks about. It's like when you watch Airplane the first time, you miss all the gags. And she might have fallen asleep at her desk again, bubbly with the cat between her legs or whatever. But yeah, this is Heather Fitzgerald, and this was a great. Also, Jen from Creative Criminals. I'm sorry, Criminal Confidential has some today that I'm going to share with you. But This one came out, and I love it.
One of the 4 slain Idaho University students choking back tears at his funeral.
We're here to honor the life and legacy of our son and brother, Ethan Chapin, one of the most incredible people you'll ever know.
Stacy Chapin was with Ethan's triplet siblings and their father.
Together, we want to extend gratitude to the Moscow Police Department, who now carry the burden. Together, we want to extend gratitude to the Moscow Police Department, who now carry the burden. Together, we want to extend gratitude to the Moscow Police Department, who now carry the burden every day, not only for us, but for all of the impacted families.
And one of the surviving roommates, Dylan Mortensen, just posted a haunting tribute to her slain friends. It's a tattoo of their initials with angel's wings. She posted, Maddie, Kaylee, Zana, Ethan, MKXE, love you always and forever. It's believed the matching tattoo is on the arm of the other surviving roommate, Bethany Funk. Pressure is mounting on cops for a breakthrough, but former FBI Assistant Director Bill Swecker says police may be on the wrong track.
It appears that at this point they're stumped.
He believes that the murders are the work of a predator.
Someone who selected them either that evening, saw them in a bar or at the food truck or somewhere else, one or more of these 4, and followed them back to the residence and did this on a sort of a random basis.
Police are also speaking out about the bizarre discovery of a dog named Buddy, found skinned and mutilated 3 weeks before the murders. Cops said today that the dog's death is unrelated to this incident and may have been caused by an animal. The owners disagree.
The supervisor came up and he said, no, this was done by a human, not an animal.
New videos are emerging showing the lives shared by the fun-loving college kids inside the 6-bedroom house. That's Maddie Mogan dancing. And Kaylee Gonzalez wore this pretty costume for Halloween, inspired by the movie Mean Girls. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. We're also learning more about Kaylee's beloved dog, Murphy. Police are now saying Murphy was found unharmed in the murder house.
There's no forced entry, and there's no dog barking.
We don't know if the dog was barking or not.
Police say Murphy has been turned over to a responsible party. It's not known if that's Jack Ducoeur, Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. They shared the dog and also dated for 5 years, but recently broke up. Police may be on the wrong.
I want to play it again from here. I'm sorry. Because the only thing I didn't pick up on, Heather, if you want to give us an idea, was the Mean Girls reference. I see that's the outfit, and then they show Kaylee wearing it, whatever.
Every day, not only for us.
But we got Wolf Angel, what's up? Same for all of us, Meg P. I tell you what, killing us softly with its sideways smile. But if you listen to this, makes sense. It's like she cut it out. It's like when that guy I was talking about, Brian Regan, last time I was on the air, was talking about how in the middle of a sentence he'll be like saying goodbye to somebody, and he's like, "Take care," and the brain's like, No, say something up. Mix it up. Hey, Kohler covered. What's going on? I hope you guys are drying out over there. He's like, his brain will cut in the middle of saying take care, and it'll be like, take luck, instead of, like, good luck. Right. Yeah, no, I'm saying it's like she jumped in the middle of the sentence to make sure she acknowledged the Moscow PD, which it does seem very unusual of a thing.
Carry the burden. Together we want who now carry the burden to extend gratitude to the Moscow Police Department, who now carry the burden, to gratitude to the Moscow Police Department.
Sounds like a cut. It does sound like a cut, Heather. It's great. That's another great video by Heather. And I saw, who was that in up here before Wolf Angel? Where'd you go? Somebody was asking for the Peterson. It's podcast with Peterson. So if one of you ladies wants to play mod for a day and post the link for the young lady that, or the person that asked for that, please do. I'm not going to interrupt the show because I still have a lot more. But I'll come back. I might play the Heather one again if you guys want to talk about it some more. But I did put, I will say, in her, yeah. It's like, yeah, the whole thing's like a cut. Yeah, you're right. But I did say, yeah, that Murphy would have made the best witness. They released him to the care of someone. They don't say who. But if you had put all the suspects that should have been suspects in a room together, we could have seen if he had a reaction, which is a witness. Whether it's human or not, it's a witness. If somebody unalived his owner, you would think that he might, I'll take your wrench away, tell it to L. All right, here we go. Well, watch. Oh! Did you see that? Watch it again. He gets spit all the way out towards the camera, which is nuts. Thank you, Al. Appreciate it. I'll call you later. All right, here we go.
That's funny. He said when he lost the leg, he said he posted on Facebook that he lost 45 pounds, will never get back, and his dog got a new bone. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You ever think about doing comedy, ever? Not stand-up, but... But you're quick on your foot. You're... such a fucking good sport, man. That's funny. He said when he lost the leg, he said he posted on Facebook that he lost 45 pounds, will never get back, and his dog got a new bone. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You ever think about doing comedy, ever? Not stand-up, but...
All right, Jen, you arrived just in time. I think we're about to get to your awesome post today. Welcome in. Nice to see you. I had Mint Mobile, and I was like, "Oh, but get Mint Mobile, and I was so stoked. And if Trish would let me go into my own email, I would show you. What, you leaving early? It's not even 1 o'clock, bro. I mean, it's only 10 o'clock. You can't leave yet, bro. Sorry, no, you can't leave. But if you have to leave, come on, bro. I don't know. I'm calling you out on that. I even pinned your message, bro. Come on. What was I talking about? Now I'm all upset. You better stay, bro, or we'll have serious. We're gonna have a talk. If I go in my own email, I don't know what I was talking about now. Anybody remember? Mint Mobile, and they said, they sent me this email because of the storm. You got 5 more days to have your phone. Don't worry about it. Everything's cool. So what happens on October 1st? They cut it off. And I have a SIM card because I get a free, with my internet, I get a free cell phone plan. Unlimited. And I haven't switched it over because it takes 3 days. And I thought I would do it today and I would have 3 days to get my number changed and or switched over. And so after all the promises of, oh, because of the storm, we're going to help you out and hook you up, guess what? They didn't do it. So my phone shut off. But it stopped ringing finally, and I don't care. Check this, dog. You'll appreciate this.
Go, 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 go.
That dog is a terrierist. If you ever watched Key and Peele, the guys are like accusing him of being a terrorist. He's like, I'm a terrierist. I take care of terriers. I have a burner email and a burner phone. Yeah, I sent you an email and I was waiting for you to respond, but I remembered you said I never check my email. I always have to text her. That's worth another watch. He's a terrierist.
Go, 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 go.
He literally waits till he gets right up on the girl. He knows what he's doing. Your golden retriever. Okay, all right. Sorry, Shaggy, had to miss that one. Oh man, they got me on the music. I'm sorry. So this is the guy trying to do one of the first parachutes, and you can see he's at the Eiffel Tower, and that's what happened. So there he is. That's the parachute, and he jumps off the Eiffel Tower, and they show him going by real fast. And this is the days before Red Bull and if he'd only had a magic carpet, I mean, you know, he went down like a box of rocks, though. Just look at it. Look at this guy. He was, I mean, jump off a roof first or something, right? Start with the Eiffel Tower. So that's the first time I've seen that. That's pretty dizzying right there. All right. So, here we have just a blank page. I think there was something on here. What was it? Something about the debate, whatever. I don't know. Close that window. Sorry. Repeat.
He just wants to sit with you. Let him sit with you.
Do you think I have bad taste in men?
Nice to meet you. My name's Warren.
You're a cat. How do you even understand what you're saying? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Can you look at me? Very handsome.
Can you hold on? No. What are you doing? I'm still mad at you. Get out.
You get out.
Ellie, what do we say when it's time for breakfast? Yahoo!
Well, how do I pet? I don't know how.
We're gonna have to sell your feet pictures. Oh.
Okay, will you hold my hand? Oh my god. He just wants to sit with you. Let him.
I got some of these are in here for Bubs. Let me see what I got here. Is this another? Okay, so this one I sent to Bubs. And this, you know, news has got to be an easy job because they don't work on the weekends. And this is from September 29th, and it has not changed to this minute. And the first three. Unconscious person. Unconscious person. No report taken. And then this one, harassment. So I was like, man, the first three right out of the gate. And it says, third party of concerned parent, subject being stalked by mail. Officer contacted, no report. Welcome to Moscow, Idaho, folks. All right, don't send your kids there, folks. Okay, so this is an old one. And if you haven't seen it, you might not know a couple things we were talking about. So I wanted to play it. And this is Jen from Criminal Confidential. And this is a transaction between Tebow and this guy. So check out how much it costs for a bowl of macaroni in Moscow, Idaho.
All right, what's it off for you tonight, man? Yep. It's going to be $27.75.
Look identical.
They thought it was just one person moving super fast.
Oh, hell yeah. Like,
So it was.
crouching and jumping down.
So that batch with the batch after, you're gonna have 2 eggs.
2 eggs? Got it. All right, got 12.
$12.25 can change.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice night.
Just in case you missed it.
The guy waving is a barbecue chicken.
All right, what's it off for you tonight, man?
Yep.
It's going to be $27.75.
Look identical.
If you can't see, it's $200.
They thought it was just one person moving super fast.
Oh, hell yeah. Like,
So it was.
crouching and jumping down.
So that
I guess this register is going to be a little over tonight.
You're gonna have 2 eggs.
2 eggs? Got it. All right, got 12.
$12.25 can change.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So he gets a white bag. I got to pause it at the end there.
Thank you.
And he puts it in his thing. Let's take it slow here. And he gets $12.25 back.
Thank you. Have a nice
And it's blurred out
night.
as well. So one must beg the question, why in the world? How, if Olivia found this footage, is it blurred out?
Hi, sir. Thank you very much. And behind the yellow light, please. The train will be approaching soon. So the customer with the juicy melon, please stand away from the yellow light. And the customer with the juicy melon, please stand.
That's Jen, and if you guys haven't subbed up to her yet, please do. I noticed she doesn't have hardly any subs going on yet, and I know everybody loves her. So this is a link to that video if you'd like to watch it on the high resolution monitor. And if you take the papers, you should be able to enjoy that video. That's Jen, Criminal Confidential. We all know her and love her. Yeah, it took her a while to find that, so please give her some love. Do all the things. I used to love getting pulled around in the laundry basket when I was a kid. I used to make my brother do. Okay, anyway.
Whoever's running the crowd cam right now, get over there. Ketamine.
Yeah, I think we watched one already.
Front row. Do you even know how lucky you are? If this was a Cosby show, you'd be done, dude. You'd be done. Got. Wake up. Don't drink more. Put it down. It's your birthday? You by yourself? This is so sad. Don't do this to me right now. Today is your birthday? Tomorrow. I'll go back to sleep, bitch. I'll see you on your birthday. All right, never mind. Whoever's running the crowd cam right now, get over there. Ketamine.
Classic. Okay.
One-fifth scale Skymaster F-16 that's running a huge turbine. It was so big that even the cops pulled up and they had to check this thing out firsthand. Now, before I tell you guys too much about it, just know the guys who pulled up with this thing are true professionals, and they had a lot of different turbines, including this one right here, which was a complete beauty, and it sounded even better in the end. The landing gear, the brakes, and the air brakes run on air, and if you listen close, you can hear the air brakes.
Yeah.
In the nose of the plane, we're running 6 batteries, 3 for the lights, 2 for the receiver, and 1 for the turbine computer. It has a P300 jet cat, which produces 68 pounds of thrust, and seeing how the model is 68 pounds, that is a 1-to-1 power ratio. Crazy. This is the most expensive RC plane I've ever seen in person. It's a
That's really awesome. 1/5 scale size. You don't even see the actual size of it till right there. The cop standing by it. So it's 1/5 scale size, which is a pretty big plane. I don't know, probably $100,000 at least for this one. Believe it or not, these guys really love their stuff. Yeah, I have them queued up, Jen. And this is another guy.
The airliner that I customized for the famous food festival. Now, I had a super rough landing with this, and I want to show you. Before I do, let me say, even with this 360 camera, this thing is flying pretty fast. I'm able to hit over 80 miles an hour. Now, on takeoff, guys, I'm going to set half flaps. I'm going to hit probably 60 to 80% throttle, depending if I have a headwind or not. And the best part, when you lift off, you bring them flaps up, and then you bring the gear in just like the real one would. Now, on landing, I'm going to set full flaps, and then I'm going to bring the gear down. Now, this video is not in slow-mo. I'm actually setting up my approach that far out. Again, I'm not too comfortable flying these things. I'm more of a stunt plane or smaller EDF style guy. But putting these things in the air every now and again is a good time. I do stall it, and I want you to see how hard I hit the floor. We all love an RC airplane with a cool landing gear, especially when it's a scale model like this giant RC airliner that I customized for the famous food festival.
So cool, right? Let's see what the next one was. Okay.
You're not waving is a barbecue chicken.
I think I was just making sure I had that one. Repeat. Hey, Bubs. All right, that's just that. And then I had a good thing that I played about the hurricane storm surge for you, Bubs. And maybe I'll play it again. It's Dennis Phillips again, of course. I think he's got a new update. They're saying that basically... hold on. This... I don't know. She had music on it. I meant to put it down. I knew this was coming. But let me play this for you. This was Jen. I think it was today's. Yeah, this was today's. So, yeah, Bubs, it looks like there's another one headed for all of us, I guess. But Dennis seems to think that the wind shear is going to break it up, and then it'll be like more like a nor'easter for us. So it'll be heavy winds, a little rain. It won't make it much past a tropical depression. So let's hope for the best on that. I'll play the Dennis Phillips in a minute. We've got another Criminal Confidential, and I'd like to actually play it if I can right now. And this is her page, guys. And please subscribe. You see, she has a mere 100 subscribers. And I know Heather, her best friend, has 500, and I have almost 300. And she's put out 23 videos. So please subscribe and do all the things. This is the one I just played. Let me see where her new one is. She put a link, I know. We'll put a link again, Jen, and I'll come back to it. Okay, so this was something I came across, and it popped up in my in one of my searches, and I thought it was interesting for everyone to read it again. This is one of those Heather Fitzgerald kind of things. And of course this is back in the week after or something like that. November 13th, 2022. This is one of the first, how it popped up, because I'm always looking for stuff like this. I'll go back to it. Thank you, Bubs. I appreciate the the 15th, so 2 days after the tragedy, 2022. And it says, University of Idaho students unalived in a targeted attack. That's the first thing that cops told us. And there's something else interesting here. In a press release Tuesday night, Moscow police say evidence indicates the incident was a targeted attack and not an ongoing community threat. Well, get him. Additionally, police say they have shared all the information they can without compromising the investigation. That started 2 days in, y'all. 2 days. Not today. 2 days. And so police say they're hoping to release more information on Wednesday. Wednesday, my friends, never comes. So this is where it's at. This is the press release by that, that ends in, that I do my opening with, my intro thing, We know you want answers, and so do we. Blah, 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 blah. So, on Tuesday, Moscow police said there was no weapon found at the scene, where they previously reported 4 U of I students were found Sunday as victims of apparent unaliving. There are no suspects in custody, but police say they do not believe there is any imminent threat to the community at large. The press release says preliminary information leads investigators to believe an edged weapon such as a knife was used in the unalivings, but no weapons were found at the scene. Watch. Investigators are continuing to work diligently on establishing a timeline of relevant events to recreate the timeline. I mean the victims' activities on the evening of November 12th and early morning November 13th, following all leads and identifying persons of interest, and then totally clearing them. The press release stated, currently there are no suspects in custody. Moscow police say 4 people are unalived in an apparent homicide on King Road. Officers found 4 people unalived. Officers have not yet released the identities of those unalived, as they were working to notify the next of kin. Watch. Investigators are continuing to work diligently on establishing a timeline of relevant events to recreate the timeline. The press release says preliminary information leads investigators to believe an edged weapon such as a knife was used in the unalivings, but no weapons were found at the scene. Well, Captain Tyson Barrett told us it happened at a home that was converted into an apartment. A press release from the Moscow Police Department said the Moscow Police Department gives our heartfelt condolences to family members, friends, and the Moscow community. The incident is located just minutes from campus of the University of Idaho. It even prompted the university to send an alert to students to shelter in place. The shelter in place was later lifted, but the university urged students to remain vigilant. In a tweet Sunday night, the University of Idaho said police have indicated there is no ongoing threat. Police are asking anyone of them folk call the tip line. The investigation is active, including into possible suspects, and police will release more information once they have it. This is a developing story, and we will continue to update it as more information becomes available. Really? You sure about that? Really? Okay, so from the beginning, you guys. From the beginning. Oh, that's like my buddy Brian there. Okay, so that was the 15th, bubbly, of 2022. The Terrierist. If you missed that one, I'm sorry. Just close it. I could probably open it again if you want.
Monkey, where have you been and what have you
This
got?
one was for you, Bubs.
Ask me that. What is... a scratch card. Is it a winner, though? A tenner. Monkey! What the hell have you got now? Tablets. Where have you been? To the chemist? Monkey, what have you got now? Fresh. What have you got? Monkey, what have you got today? Give me them chipsticks. No way. What are these? What have you got now? Give me that. What's this? Wow.
The cat is straight shoplifting. That's funny. Okay, anyway.
Do you know the U.S. Solar Company's nasty little secret? It turns out if you live in Florida, they have
a valley, a state, or our country. Each day, these agencies work together to search and find criminals locally, nationally, and even internationally for acts that occurred in our valley. Operation North Star is a prime example of the ongoing collaboration and coordination used to locate and apprehend dangerous fugitives who prey on our communities. For 65 days, between May to September, the task force targeted wanted persons for crimes that occurred in and around Phoenix. During Operation North Star, we arrested 301 targeted fugitives, clearing 358 active warrants. Aside from the arrests, we seized 60 firearms, nearly $100,000, 3 vehicles, and more than 234 kilograms of narcotics, including 83 kilograms of fentanyl. Removing dangerous individuals from our streets provides some protection for our community. Removing illegal firearms used in the commission of crime adds another layer of protection. Removing monies used to further illegal acts and removing dangerous drugs like fentanyl saves lives. Previously, we announced Operation We Will Find You, which was conducted in May and June of this summer. That operation provided yet another example of these law enforcement agencies.
What a creepy name for an operation. We will find you. Because you know who you are? You know who you means? You, JRL, means the enemy. The enemy of the state is you. Because of the war on rugs. And I'll put that in my hat. Don't let that one go away. So you are the enemy. That's who he's referring to in this operation. We will find you. You're not law enforcement. That's who you are. You're not law enforcement. It's us against you. Us against them. And that's how it's been. And that's how it's going to stay. Now, YouTube is acting up again. If you're wearing headphones, or have speakers on, you'll notice it's only coming through on the left side.
Professionalism is a
So I don't
plan
know.
to find and secure missing and exploited children. The Phoenix area teams led the nation with 49 missing children located. Many of these young girls and boys were subject to sex trafficking and abuse. In reading through the heartbreaking stories of victims and their survivors, law enforcement is driven to ensure we provide service and a measure of relief. I highlight these two operations to report back to our communities that we are determined to never stop looking for those that do harm and hope to provide some measure of justice to victims. During Operation North Star, we conducted several outreach events and a large community roundtable hosted by our staunch partners, Arizona State University. This inclusive event was attended by law enforcement agency heads and dozens of community and faith-based organizations. It is these interactions where we learn and facilitate meaningful discussions that foster cohesion with a clear path forward. For the past 6 years and continuing to this day, I am consistently impressed by each agency represented here. I want to thank the Phoenix, Chandler, Glendale, Mesa, and Tempe police departments, along with ATF, DEA, HSI, Maricopa County Attorney's Office, and the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Okay, so don't get me wrong. I'm very happy that they rounded up some child predators, apparently. But if you notice what he said there, especially Jen, shout out to you. First of all, it is called Operation North Star. And you're finding these kind of names in circles that's how the Illuminati supposedly find each other. You'll see it in all the logos we were talking about. You guys were watching last time. You know what I'm talking about. Now, this is Operation North Star. And he says in conjunction with local churches. So check it out.
I highlight these two operations to report back to our communities that we are determined to never stop looking for those that do harm and hope to provide some measure of justice to victims. During Operation North Star, we conducted several outreach events and a large community roundtable hosted by our staunch partners, Arizona State University. This inclusive event was attended by law enforcement agency heads and dozens of community and faith-based organizations.
So when he says inclusive, don't get yourself all woke on me, because what he's talking about is they're putting pressure on the people that help the homeless people. And that's probably what 90% of this Operation North Star is getting homeless people off the street is the goal. And the law went into effect here in Florida yesterday about where people can sleep and you can't sleep on the street. And so it's a direct target against the homeless. And I have a friend who works at a homeless shelter helping them all day, every day. And he knew this day was coming. I just thought it was very ironic that Arizona unveiled their thing on the very same day. And they used very sublime language to listen to you. You'll hear it.
University. This inclusive event was attended by law enforcement agency heads and dozens of community and faith-based organizations.
Dozens.
It is these interactions where we learn and facilitate.
And they call them interactions. That's where they learn and facilitate.
Take meaningful discussions that foster
Operation North Star.
Cohesion with a clear path.
All right. If you think we're on the wrong path, that's fine. I'm sure Jeff and Viviana and Mimi and ChatGPT can all explain it away, and everything's going to go back to the way it was before COVID. There you go. And you can hope in this hand and in the other, see which one fills up with something first. Oh, man. This one's probably, music's probably not too bad. She's scolding him and he's like, anyway, North Star. We're North Star CITs, you guys.
Do it with me, because since you like doing it, I'm going to do it to you.
Rare Photos Part 24. Cheddar Man, a 9,000-year-old skeleton found in a cave in England, was linked through DNA to a living relative teaching history just half a mile away after nearly 300 generations. A photograph of the La Jument lighthouse off the coast of Brittany, France, shows the lighthouse keeper Theodore Malgorn standing at the door, about to be engulfed by a gigantic wave. In Finland, there is a rock that has been balancing on top of another rock for 11,000 to 12,000 years. The fake nose of astronomer Tycho Brahe, worn after he lost his real one in a duel about mathematics with his cousin. Riding a scooter in New York, 1923. In 1959, a coffee maker was an optional extra in Volkswagen cars. The Arctic Ocean photographed at the same location 107 years ago versus today. MIT entrance examination for 1869-1870. A photo of a fully restored World War II Panzer IV tank being removed from the basement of an 84-year-old German man. Rare Photos Part 2.
I wanted to look at this one. Because, is this real? Is this a real person? Did he have... Was he that big? Is that possible? That's got to be photos. Where's Shaggy?
24. Cheddar Man.
I remember when this story came out not too long ago. And the guy literally lived
9,000
within miles of his 9,000-year-old relative,
linked through DNA to a
which is crazy.
Teaching history just half a
mile. And I'm gonna mute it. I don't know why there's music. They put it in the background. But this guy, and somebody maybe look it up, Theodore Malgorn, and everybody's seen this poster a million times, and everybody's like, "There's no way he survived that." And the only thing that the guy says before he was engulfed by a giant wave, but he doesn't say whether he survives it or not. And that's always been the question that anyway, in discussions that I've had about this lighthouse picture, is he's within, that's a half second away, and the door's not even open. He's just standing there. How they got this picture, I don't know. It must have been a helicopter or something. But he couldn't have survived. There's, in my opinion, no way. So Theodore Malgorn, they said the name of the lighthouse. I'll play this one more time through so that it appears in the video. And if we lose the chat, I'm sorry, but they buried this music in the background. If they don't do the chat replay, I'm sorry, I'm saying. And this was interesting also. because he was an astronomer and he got into a duel with his brother over a math problem. And he lost his nose. Oh, man. I wonder if he was right. Mathematically, anyway. And then you got this scooter, gas-powered or electric or whatever it is, in 1923. So who's hiding all this? You wonder. Very crazy, though. And then you got a Volkswagen in the 40s came with, check out this, it's one of those percolator French coffee makers came as an option. And they also had options like Chevy and Ford that were going to come along for long highway trips. They pictured a world where there were magnets in the road, and you would pull onto the freeway, and the magnet would take your car to your destination. You would just turn it off. And so they had ice cream makers, maybe like toasters and stuff like that. They didn't have toaster ovens, I don't think, yet. I thought that was interesting. And then this picture of the Arctic is deceiving. Because here you have somebody about a mile away from where this picture is taken. So this is still about the same height from what I can tell. Look at the top of the white. You can it's just exposed to some rock. So maybe it has gone back a little bit. But you can tell, look how big the mountains are in the bottom picture, and look how small they are in the top. Okay? They want a narrative, y'all. And they're going to lie to you in every possible opportunity and way to push it. Period. And I thought this was an interesting MIT entrance exam. They got an algebra question. And then this German soldier had a Panzer tank in his basement. When I lived in San Diego, there was a guy that was on rugs that he would live right next to Mesa College where I went to school. And he started digging a 30-foot hole in his front yard. And there was also a National Guard armory attached to the school. It was part of the school or whatever. And they had a tank there. Well, one day he climbed the fence that was next door to his house and stole a tank. And you guys might remember the story. And he started driving down the street and crushed all these cars on his own street. And then took off onto the freeway and got stuck halfway over the 5 freeway. Or it was the 8 or the 5. And, of course, they shot him because it's San Diego. That's what they do. So, if anybody knows about this big-headed guy, I would love to hear about that. But this is 9,000 years old, the skeleton, and he was a half mile away. So his family's gone a half mile in 9,000 years. Must be a nice part of town. But yeah, okay, La Judge Meats house. That's what I wanted to go. Okay, sorry. And then this is another moment of zen, but
struggled with overusing.
There we go. They just want to burn me. I got rid of as soon as I got rid of it, they punished me with the commercials. I've been getting punished all day. But this is a moment of zen. She's pretty good, right? That's in Bali, if you ever get to go to Bali. My buddy says it's cool because you can leave your stuff at the beach. I mentioned this earlier about the digital currency. And they had one little blip at Bank of America and people's balances were showing 0. So with this digital currency, the beauty of it is they not only see what you spend, how you spend it, where you go, what you do, but they can also take it away from you at the moment's notice. So I don't know if that's the future that anybody necessarily wants, but it seems to be that the one they're going to cram down our throat. Now I'm not going to open my email. Thank you, Trish. But this was the second one that Jen sent me the other day. And Jen, while you're here, I wanted you to just put something in the chat, if you don't mind, about why you thought this. So apparently the chapin's name shows up as donating twice to this fire department. And I looked at, I didn't necessarily see under chapin. But it might have been one of their first names. I forgot their first name. So if you're there, and then I had this last one.
And behind the yellow light, please. The train will be approaching soon. So the customer with the juicy melon, please stand away from the yellow light. And the customer with the juicy melon, please stand away from the yellow light, sir. Thank you very much.
I'm going to open Bubs now.
Thank you. Indiana Task Force 1 has been activated by FEMA to respond as a search and rescue team to Florida. Consists of 80 people and in support of FEMA Region 4 ahead of the potential tropical storm Helene you just heard Tyler talking about. That storm is expected to become a tropical cyclone this week. Of course, we'll keep tabs on Task Force 1.
Court documents claim 2 police informants were killed last week by a man police say is a local drug dealer. It all started last Friday when 2 bodies were found in a river in Fort Wayne. Fox 59's Eric Graves breaks down these court documents and their connections to a drug investigation in Richmond. Eric?
Court documents say a Richmond Police Department informant was picked up at this apartment complex just a day before his body was found in a Fort Wayne river. Fort Wayne police say last Friday, volunteers cleaning up the St. Mary's River found 2 bodies inside of trash bags. The coroner identified the 2 people as Matthew Johnson and Christina Dixon, both reported missing out of Richmond earlier that week. Johnson was shot and stabbed, and Christina had been strangled. Court documents detail how multiple witnesses and the Richmond police helped connect this man, Dominique Washington, to the 2 victims. Richmond PD told Fort Wayne detectives Johnson and Dixon were both police informants in an investigation that led to a drug raid 2 weeks ago at a Richmond home where multiple narcotics were found. Court docs say Richmond police told detectives Dominique Washington went by Nico and was a known drug dealer with a connection to the raided house. Police used surveillance video and witness accounts to place Washington picking up Johnson at the Genesis apartment complex and then picking up Dixon from a Richmond home on Thursday. Monday night, Washington was arrested during a traffic stop as he tried to leave this home on Campbell Ave. Washington is now being held without bond, charged with murder and kidnapping in the deaths of both Johnson and Dixon. Dominique Washington's initial court hearing is set for Wednesday in Allen County Court. Reporting in Richmond, Eric Graves, Fox 59 News.
All right. Let me show you how we do stuff.
Okay, they really get me in these commercials here. Jen, will you drop that other video you put up today in the chat for me, so I don't have to go search and waste everybody's time. Go down to the Walmart and I'll get it myself. Ooh, popcorn sounds good. I might make some too. That's what OCD Shaggy asked me last time. It's actually windshield wiper fluid. So if you want to drop that in there, Jen. She's making popcorn. Well, that's my show, guys. If you want to keep chatting, I have a couple more things on another page. Put a 213 in the chat if you want to see them. Let me see if I actually do have them open. I don't. Okay, I thought I did. I don't. But wait, let me see that I covered everything. Podcast by Peterson, yep. Hopefully somebody that asked for that got the link. They didn't stay long in the chat, though. Oh, well. And, there was another one who, and let me see if I can look at my history real quick and find it while Jen makes her popcorn. It takes about 2 minutes to make popcorn, so, all that. But yeah, I'm gonna look at my history here, guys, and I'll pull it up while I do so you can watch along. Let me pull up a new window. Okay, let's see if... Well, Leslie Blake, because people do watch this later. I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, hey. I'm just hanging around so we can chat. So I hate to... I like to have some content. It's the first time I've ever heard of you. Stop it, you guys. Okay. Thank God I got Heather. Thank God. Let's see here. Now, Heather, she even brought it up the other day. She's not, I mean, when I say that Heather has been there since the beginning, it was literally back, like, and I guess Bubs went back and watched the video the other day of the kopacka eye, and the whole chat is me and her. That's it. But I mean, we've known each other through YouTube as bots for well over a year now, and every day when you talk to somebody, you get to know them. So, what was I saying? I wanted to play the Heather one again too, but I'm gonna go into my history here real quick, and hopefully there's no porn in there. Let's see here. It was, what was it? There was another interesting on Mod Tricka something. I forgot what it was though, and it had to do. It had to do with the case too. It blew me away that it was on there because I had discussed the Boston Dynamic robots. Yeah, the Pepsi Navy thing was pretty crazy. I felt like this was a pretty decent show. That sheriff in Kentucky thing is crazy, and I'm just blah 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 now to. This was a Tell It to L one that I came across. And I'll while we're here,
I've got the plans for Halloween.
We'll watch a Disney commercial real quick, and there they go. They got me. Now that's the end of the chat replay. Sorry, guys. Oh well, they got me on the commercials today. This looks cool. They have a new channel now that is just showing trailers from old like 1980s movies, and they had one with Kate, the one that dated Tom Cruise. Kate, whatever, from Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, or whatever it was. And so this one.
Platform is one too many for me. So that being said, thank you again, Jen. She is the one who found what I will be sharing with you guys today. And also, everything in this video is pure speculation based on my personal thoughts and opinions. I encourage you guys to do your own research and form your own conclusions. That being said, also what I'm sharing has been placed on these people's own social medias, and they are public. So public is public, anyone can see, so don't come for me. Lastly, sorry, my voice, I'm sick again, trying to get better. So bear with me, y'all, but I had to hop on and share because I just find this interesting, and I intend to, by the end of the week, follow up with a part 2 and dig a little deeper into just the fraternity thing from my personal perspective. And many of you know that, and from day one, you can see my first video ever was Sus Boys of Sigma Chi, and I've never wavered from that. I still believe these kids totally know what happened, some were involved, and that's just my personal opinion on at least what happened with Ethan. And so I will dive a little deeper before the end of the week with part 2. Also, please give me your input on what you're about to see. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions regarding anything with the case, also feel free to leave those in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer them and use some of your commentary in the next video, the part 2. So the video, just pay attention to what they're saying, how they're talking to one another. I will say Hunter Chapin comes and makes a quick appearance at the very end, and these kids are on their own, it's their words, not mine, talking about getting high, inviting some girl, I believe, to come, quote unquote, get high. So I really want to know what your thoughts are. You will see a couple shots where you can see the counter. DJ, the mixed kid, is cooking ravioli in the kitchen, and you will see a few times 2 baggies on the countertop. I think I know what one is, but I'd like to know what you think they are, and leave that in the comments. Please also hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks to anyone who has reached out to me via email. I'm still here. I'm alive. I'm just taking my time and trying to get back out there, but I swear, between drama and being sick, it's just been no fun for me. But it is what it is. So anyways, y'all, thanks so much for your support, and I will do my best to get part 2 out very soon, hopefully by Thursday, but for sure by Friday. And until next time, y'all stay safe.
Shut the fuck up! Who's on this shit?
That's off the shits, bro.
Who's on this?
How
many years?
We got 9. We out here. Dayton said DJ is straight, or a bitch straight up.
Yo, DJ a bitch straight. He's spitting fast.
Lindsay, what do you mean phone jail?
Hunter,
Say that
Hunter's
shit again,
the fucking
bitch ass
bitch,
motherfucker.
Say
that shit again, pussy ass bitch.
Let's go.
Yeah, Hunter said let's go. Get that shit. Get that out. Extra virgin. Extra virgin, just like Jake. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh. Something like that. That's all I gotta say. This motherfucker putting like literally extra olive oil, extra virgin olive oil on his fucking shit, bro. DJ a bitch, straight up. Yeah. Get that butt, DJ. Trent is so, Hunter said Trent is so ugly.
I fucking hate Hunter so much. If that's one guy, I was just beat the fuck out of him. It's Hunter. Fuck him, dude. He's a sack, bro. Fucking sack.
Hunter, you hear Trent?
You're a sack, Hunter.
You hear
You're
Trent?
a fucking sack. I want all the smoke. Fuck, Hunter. No.
So anyway, yeah, I don't need to play the whole thing. We all know what that one's about. I just thought it was really cool that Elle had brought that one to our attention. Let's see when that was. 6 months ago. And I had just seen it for the first time, about a month ago or so. Brought that one to our attention. Let's see when that was. I just doubled myself again. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what I did. So there I am twice. Let's see. Brought that one to our attention. Let's see when that was. Double mix. Alright, so let's look at Heather's other video. And let's see where it is here. One of these. I wonder who this is.
With soiled debris. Now,
guys, I wanted to say that if you want to really look at what you have with the STD DNA and the presentation that led Twiz to the drive of the mapping, go back and watch these videos for Thought Riot, and you'll see what we learned back then. So 6+ months ago, we were already sure of what our position was. I'm going to turn this off till I don't know why they're playing a Joker ad. Let's see what this is. So, okay. Anyway, the Thought Riot. So, here we go. I thought where is it? Let's see what we got here. This one you played. This one, okay. I watched it so long ago that it feels like it's from the last broadcast. But this is Heather's other video, and check it out. It's a little bit on the longer side, but it's very interesting. Check it out.
And I just want to keep going. I mean, we got to get through all this discovery stuff so that we can get ready for the trial.
Well, and Judge, I do, for the record, need to clarify. The representations of the defense that we are intentionally withholding things that they're entitled to is just utter nonsense. We have strived. We are continuing every week to provide additional discovery. Representations of the defense that we are intentionally withholding things that they're entitled to is just utter nonsense. We have, and Judge, I do, for the record, need to clarify. The representations of the defense that we are intentionally withholding things that they're entitled to is just utter nonsense. We have strived. We are continuing every week to provide additional discovery. We have more discovery coming. We hope that much of what they felt they had to file a motion to compel on, instead of being patient and wait, because our discovery deadline isn't until September, that we'll have and be able to make that available between now and the hearings on the 14th. And there may very well be little, if anything, we have to fight about. Your Honor also noted there are some things that we simply do not have the power to access. And we have been trying consistently through cooperative efforts, as well as following the process with the federal government. They have been good partners, but they have their own rules to work with. This isn't the motions for the subpoenas ducis tecum isn't the first TUI process, and the court is aware. We've been pursuing TUI process for all types of information for months. So the characterization that we are just consciously withholding information to frustrate the defense is utter nonsense. That is not true. Of information for months. So the characterization that we are just consciously withholding information to frustrate the defense is utter nonsense. That is not true. We will provide everything we can that is providable under the rules. If we disagree on something, whether it exists or not, because I can tell you, many of the things that the defendant has tried to itemize, when we talk to our people, they say, that doesn't exist. So, I don't know what we're supposed to do at that point, and we'll flesh it out at a hearing. And it may be that if they have experts who are going to say, well, such and such should exist, we might have to go find experts to say, well, in this case, it doesn't. Or no, we'll see.
Well, that's exactly why I want to close it on the 14th, because we're going to have many arguments, apparently, about issue by issue by issue. And some of that should not be out of it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I want to respond to that, and I could give you particular examples of things. And it's already been ordered to be given to us, the CAST report, which was a draft that we were promised to have by March 31st. It's May 2nd. We don't have it. So for the prosecutor to stand up and say that I'm misrepresenting things. He's misrepresenting things, Your Honor.
Oh,
That's there.
You know what? Let's not go there. I mean, we can sort that out on the 14th. I mean, I read everything. That's what the state was saying. I trust both of you, okay? Your integrity. So I don't want this pointing the fingers back and forth. I don't think it's very helpful. Doesn't really help me. You know, it started at the last hearing, and I really want y'all to just tone it down a little bit. I mean, you can argue all you want, but when it starts to be personal, it's destructive. I mean, you're really, really good lawyers. So let's just focus on the issues.
We're happy to, and when we get the cash report, we'll disclose it. If we do not have it, we are not withholding. As simple as that.
I read that last night. Okay. I'm very prepared about what the issues are, okay, about the discovery. And that's why I want to be able to hear from both sides, okay, what is the problem with this? What do we need to go forward? And I'm going to try and help that. And I expect that both of you do the same.
Your Honor, I do have several other examples, but in light of what the court said, I won't provide them right at the moment. There are other issues.
I understand, and I understand your frustration. And it's a big deal. It's really important. I understand that too, and I acknowledge that. Sometimes, you know, we just can't quite get what we want from other people who might have it that don't want to give it up. So that's one of my challenges on the 14th and probably at the 16th too. Okay. Moving on. We've got all right, some of these pending motions, there was no request or no response from the state. And I'm thinking that the motion to unseal parts of the IGP materials and motion to allow defense investigators to review the IDD materials, that we're going to be addressing that on the 16th. Is that?
Yes, sir.
That's the state's understanding, Ms. Taylor.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, we're happy to have a hearing on the 16th for both of those issues as well.
Great. I'm just trying to make sure that we're all on the same page, or at least the same date. But I wondered, okay, there's been a response on the alibi issue, and I don't know if there is a request for a hearing, or if we just kind of let that lie for now. I don't know. What was your intention there, Mr. Thompson?
I think at some point we're going to need a hearing on it. We're busy enough for the next couple of weeks with these other hearings, so we haven't reached out specifically on that.
Okay.
If the court would like to select a date while we're together today for a hearing, we would be happy to.
Why don't we just wait until the 14th or 16th?
That's fine.
And there may be issues that come out of discovery that have some bearing on that issue. I don't know. You don't have to say anything, Ms. Taylor. It can read your mind sometime, maybe not. All right. Okay, I'm going to sign those subpoena duces taken. The FBI. I believe that's related also to the 13th supplemental. Maybe I'm kind of losing track.
Your Honor,
Well,
it does relate to one of our discovery requests, and I'm sure one of the numbered motions to compel. I'll note that when I speak about that on the court.
Okay, great. All right. Are there any other issues that we need to address today? Mr. Thompson, Ms. Jennings? Okay, Ms. Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to say this in a way that doesn't come off finger pointing, because it's not. This is about how busy everybody is and how much time it takes to communicate to get hearings set, because there's a lot of people going a lot of directions. I would like the court to consider setting hearings twice a month, every other week, and the court could vacate those hearings if neither party notices something up for that hearing. There would be 14 days notice for either party if we have hearings on that basis. But that way we could notice up specific hearings and just have those set dates so that we're not bugging the prosecutor's office for a stipulation and bugging the clerk's office for a hearing and waiting to find that out. It would speed things up to have 2 times a month that we would know if I've got 14 days before this hearing, I can notice it up and it can be heard by the court. So that's our request, is that the court just preset a couple of hearings. These would not be like the lengthy motions to suppress that we'll probably need a couple of full days for. These would be these shorter motions that we could deal with in 1 to 2 hours.
All right. Thank you. I actually mentioned that at one of our hearings. That's what we need to do. I think it would be more helpful to, I guess, have better communication. Okay. I don't know. Maybe you are having good communication with each side. It is hard, to get a hearing when the clerk has to contact you or contact Mr. Thompson, and this goes back and forth. I mean, it takes a lot of time for your assistant, the clerks. At the same time, I have a lot of other cases, and I have a lot of jury trials going from here really to the end of the year. So it's hard for me to say, okay, we're going to have it I think I offered Thursday, like a Thursday afternoon. So I'm willing to do that. I might just set like once a month, maybe, and then if you need something more, just let us know. But I'll look at my calendar and set that up. I mean, I know you come down on Thursdays generally. So that's a good day for you, right?
Thursdays are fine, Tuesdays are fine, Fridays are fine. Wednesdays are rough, but whatever day works for the court, I'll make that work. I just think it's more important that we have a place to put these hearings so that everybody's not spending a lot of time asking each other what day's okay, what time's okay, that we just all know that this is the time. So whatever day works best with the court schedule, Your Honor, is just fine with me.
Thursday afternoon is probably
that'll work.
Monday is impossible. So what do you think about that, Ms. Jennings?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think Thursday afternoon would be fine for the state.
Do you think twice a month? It's probably going to ramp up.
I suggested that just because then there's 14 days to the next hearing, so everybody would always have enough notice. This is why I suggested that, and to know that we have those to iron out issues that are going to arise. Again, these aren't for the motions to suppress; those will come later.
Okay. Maybe we'll start with twice a month to get through all this discovery. I hope we can all get past that soon. And move forward a little faster. Okay. Anything else then?
No, thank you.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, thank you all, and have a good day. Beautiful day. Thank you.
I realize I'm muted now. All right. Here I am. I can hear Heather's voice in the back of my head. Anyways, I love that video because he just goes off. He's in his own world, and she's like, what I was trying to say. All right, Jen, that's really your name. Post that link again for me, hon, so I can play that video because it's way back. Oh, wait, I found it. Never mind. I don't need you. Oh, this is an old one. I can't play the audio. I think he got struck last time, so sorry. But there's Bill playing outside with the orchestra. He's like, G, D. Is that a C minor? I don't know what to do. I can't open my email live, dude. Let me see. You know how mad you're gonna make Trish? She's gonna lose her ship. Let me see which one this is. Okay, hide that one. No. Okay, I'm hiding it from you so I can open her email. There it is. I was gonna say, girl, what in the world? I don't answer questions.
Find the suspect.
Damn it! Ugh! Why'd you give me a copyright strike? Why? Damn. I don't know how you guys get away with playing this music, but I do not. Please give me a heads up next time on that. I'm sorry. I just... Ugh!
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I was saying stuff and talking. Sorry.
Thank you, Joe. Okay. How far are we on that? You said it was a pester, right? Okay. How far is that trouble?
Back a quarter left.
Yeah, I know. Fucking working, man. I got one cheese sauce left in the roll. What's that partial in that? What's the partial in there? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Did you put the last bag in?
No, there's no noodles over here.
Okay.
Actually,
yeah! You're here! Let's go! They've got 88?
All right, guys, we're back in. Mike Lobb, go let somebody else answer the question. Sorry, I'm so behind. We're looking at 4 people working. We got 4. We got Hans responding to that. Man, I'm bad at reading stuff in order, aren't I? Finally ran out of something. I know. They would also need more injuries and robots to compete, though. We don't want to compete, guys. We don't want to compete. It's too ambitious.
You only need one silver. Right. There's none.
We'll slowly expand. Do you have Grub Truck Visit Festival? Alex and Adelaide. You absolutely do. All right? You pick a spot on the globe and we'll meet you halfway between where we are and there. All right?
I already have the big burrito, no salt, no salsa, when you guys are ready for it.
It's good. They're blur out Joe, so we don't know it's him. TJ. I'm devastated.
Here's what University of Idaho apparently teaches their students. That secret fight clubs are okay, and then it's okay to lie about it. And to do heinous things. I mean, seriously. This is what this was. It was a fight club. It was a fight that night.
Okay, I know I was talking and you couldn't hear me, but it was, for some reason, the audio wasn't playing. I had to make a new window. And I was just explaining that I was making a new window. So that's all that was. That's all you missed. You had Twiz. What do you want? I give you Twiz every time. Nobody ever believes me. He's here. He's just waiting for his moment. You know, I always say Twiz bailed out ever since that live he did with me where the audio or whatever wasn't working. Jed tolerates it and somehow still tolerates me, but ever since that day, Twiz has been a ghost. Oh. Alright. Unless you guys have more that you want to add, I think I'm missing one video, I know. I had not seen the Fight Club video, so I want to play that again. I'll put the audio back on, but I hadn't seen this. Is this legit?
University of Idaho apparently teaches their students.
Is this legit Idaho? Now, is this at the fraternity? Because this looks like a bunch of sorority girls. But it looks like a pretty serious fight, and there's no mat, there's no canvas, nothing. It's just, I guess my fat head's in the way again. And so this was a Bubbly Waters thing originally, okay. And I remember when all the Fight Club stuff was going around, sorry.
Here's what University of Idaho apparently teaches their students. That secret fight clubs are okay, and then it's okay to lie about it. And to do heinous things. I mean, seriously. This is what this was. It was a fight club. It was a fight that...
I'm trying to find it. Is that a chick?
Secret fight clubs are okay, and then it's okay to lie about it.
He's got... Okay, is this 2 chicks?
And to do heinous things. I mean...
Because either this guy has the man bun and shaved legs from hell, or...
Seriously.
It's 2 chicks.
What this was.
But it's violent. I've never seen 2 chicks fight like that. And it's a bunch of girls. This one was in SoCal. Okay. Gotcha. They are girls. Okay. Alright. I wanted to see if my powers of observation had gone on. Wait, Bubs, didn't you have another video? There was one of... Bubs, I wanted to play. I'm sorry. I don't mean to leave you out. I played one earlier. Where there was a good one, which is a total surprise. No, I'm just kidding. You guys probably haven't seen it, yeah. Okay. Oh, this is the one. That's the one I sent to you. This is the one that I had a lot of questions about. Because, well, it was the gray hues thing. But, Bubs, in that video, you never... I don't remember you bringing up anything about Emma. Maybe I missed it. But I guess the red car that you show there was parked in the parking lot when Gray Hughes was there. Is all I can figure. So I'll play this one.
Your small business has unlimited potential. Spectrum Business is built to connect you with that potential.
I didn't realize I was muted. I was saying, Bubs, that the other video that I was pointing at with the Gray Hughes thing in there, the red car, I don't remember you in the video. I think I watched the whole thing saying during the video anything about Emma. I couldn't find that part. I did see where the tunnels were, though, which was cool. And I don't mean to interrupt this video, but those tunnels, they run, like they end at Taylor or whatever that road is that goes, or I guess it's Queen Road or King Road. Anyway, they end at the house. And if there's two of them, and Lana could probably vet that for us if she was here. Is Lana here? Lana was in somebody's chat the other night. I forgot who. I don't know if it was mine. Oh, in Dinky. Because Dinky works for her. God forbid either of those people come into my chat, though. But I'm not supposed to go up against this. Somebody finished the chat the other day. Don't go up against Dinky. I do my show, he does his show. I don't give a shit who I'm up against. I'm going to do my show. Yeah, Bubs, I don't remember you saying anything about okay, wait, let me make sure. Hold on. This one's still playing in the background. Come on. Okay, and then here, is this showing? No. Okay, good. I don't remember you saying anything about Emma in the video. I'm sorry, Bubs. I kept getting distracted there. Because he's too fast for fleas. So let me put a new tab. Oh man, I used to like Tab. Tab was actually a good drink. I don't know, somebody put that in the chat because I think we broadcast at the same time. She's like, just go in the chat with Dickie, don't go up against him. Like, it wasn't a planned thing. If I did, I don't remember ever broadcasting at the same time he did, but hopefully that ends your confusion, Heather. Alright, before I do Bubs, I'm gonna do my girl Jen. Sorry, Bubs, you're both my girls, but
Alright, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $100.
I gotta get back to the commercial-free YouTube. It was awesome. It was playing the audio, not the video. Sorry, YouTube has gone absolutely bonkers. So here it is. There we are. None of that. Okay. Yep. All right. And then, so we'll take a look at this.
Imagine finding this under your home.
Not just any tunnels, the fraternities tunnels, the sororities tunnels.
we're gonna delve deep again. We're also gonna delve into this Canadian Washington tunnel. After it got busted, it led to the arrest of a Post Falls, Idaho woman. Go figure. And the intrigue doesn't stop there. This house bears an eerie resemblance to an infamous murder house.
Okay, I guess she plays some tuba music over it the whole time. Is that right? Am I wrong? But I'll play it, but I'm not going to play the music. I just don't want to take a copyright hit for something ridiculous.
Irregular plot of land that used to be owned by this Walenta guy. Irregular plots can have weird shapes and angles, and yeah, it can totally include stuff like being next to a railway. Or an old sewer pipe underneath it. Things like a trunk pipe. Trunk sewage lines are the main arteries of a city's sewage system. Large pipes that once carried waste from smaller branch lines, the lateral lines, to treatment plants. They are underground tunnels, often large enough for multiple people to move through. Due to modern advancement in waste management, many of these systems have been decommissioned and left abandoned, making them a network of hidden passages beneath our feet. Their significance for travel lies in their discreteness and extensive reach, connecting different parts of the city beneath the surface. But guess what? I've uncovered the abandoned trunk sewage lines, and they're right under King Road. That's right, that road that's become synonymous with mystery and horror. Not just any road, but the chilling site of an infamous quadruple murder. A grim puzzle that remains unsolved to this day. The significance of this revelation could be immense or could mean nothing. But as King Road is now shrouded in the enigma, do its secrets stretch beyond the unsolved homicides? The travel methods of the perpetrator, the leaked surveillance footage, and the inexplicable locations of some of the victims. These have all sparked a multitude of questions. The presence of this hidden passage beneath the very epicenter of those mysteries may well hold the key. Either way, it's unlocked a narrative that some want to shut down and debunk, so we're gonna unbunk the debunk. We're gonna do that right from the county assessor's office.
Last major cities on the East Coast to get a proper sewage system.
Honey dippers, as they call them, would come around and essentially clean those out and haul that off.
Those people feared a sewer would take their jobs. But a new system came 2 years after a huge fire in 1904 demolished the city, paving its way. Right in the heart of the city, a 6.5-foot tall trunk pipe was put in, where smaller lines connected to head through the pipe to a sewer treatment plant. It spans about 5 city blocks.
And these are made of brick by brick, brick and mortar. So you had a circle that was formed of brick and mortar.
Are you done with clicking away those
serving as a swift and covert method to avoid that university contract with police, valued at $1.5 million alongside their hybrid campus officers, a thorn in the side for local fraternities and sororities, surely. See right here where King Road is placed on the plat records, and it is right in between 5 and 6.
those steam tunnels sound luxurious, right? That it's like a steam bath. But yeah, the steam tunnels are thin. They're right. Oh, I guess you can walk through them. You can. We've seen video of it in some sections. Now I imagine that they leave that. I know that the university has them everywhere. But where's Waldo? But do they go underneath 1122 and do the students use it and know about it and keep it a secret from the outside world, and even to this day, just because they want to have their private place? I mean, I'm sure it's a dank and nasty place, but it doesn't look unbearable like a sewer pipe would be. So that's just something to think about. Sorry. University Heights unto itself reserves unto itself as an easement for the maintenance of sewers and drains in the University Heights addition to the city of Moscow, and real property adjacent thereto, an easement for the erection, maintenance, repair, and replacement of sewer lines, including connecting sewers, over a strip of ground 5 feet on each side of the following described center line, beginning at manhole 1, at the intersection of center lines of Taylor Avenue and King Place. I love how these people think you're going to read this shit. Pheno south along the center line of King Place for 160 feet to manhole number 2. Interesting. You heard it here again. Well, second. Or third. Whatever.
King Road used to be in a slightly different spot, or Taylor Road, I'm sorry, used to be in a kind of different spot because this used to represent the middle line on manhole 1. And we can see that manhole 2 is right here on King Place, as is mentioned in this map.
I always wonder if this is why Drip Drop told Lana, allegedly, that he solved that whole pesky Idaho 4 thing. Is that he found the tunnels. And I said I'd go snorkeling with him at the lake by there, but I think we'd be better off with a magnet fishing. But somewhere on the block of land shared by 1122 King and its neighbor. The more people call something crazy, the more likely it is to be true. And she has done a fabulous job of convincing me so far. Yeah, but manholes lead to tunnels. Okay, you got me there, you bastards. I'll get you, Meg P. Alright.
Number 3, manhole number 3 belongs somewhere around about section 6. Trunk sewage lines can get significantly large. As you can see, there is a 5 foot on each side of the road, as well as if you go with our most standard roads that are 2 lanes in America are like 12 feet. So yeah, around about a 25-foot easement, 22 some odd foot easement that is there for 5 foot on each side, and then about 12 feet for a 2-lane highway. We could say somewhere in between 25.
All right, so this says University Heights Incorporated reserves unto itself as an easement for the maintenance of sewers and drains in University Heights, addition to City of Moscow and the real property adjacent thereto as easement for the erection, maintenance, repair, and replacement of sewer lines, including connecting sewers over a strip of ground 5 feet on each side of the following center lines.
5-foot easement required for the maintenance of this trunk sewage system. And you can almost see it in places.
Of these unconventional land acquisitions, such as this specific property, involves shared easements documented in the land records and the presence of communal retaining walls. Interestingly, a pump house was installed on the Sigma Chi property in 2021. In the summer of 2022, road construction, either just before or concurrent with new residents moving into their home a few doors down, closure and diversion of Taylor Street. Moreover, numerous inconsistencies can be found in the textual data of the legal survey pertaining to land descriptions across various documents over several years. On examining the city map, it's evident that the properties now form a tilted line. This likely explains why numerous manholes are found in yards. This specific area appears to host one of the retaining walls, which also accommodates a section of the trunk sewage.
How old is this girl? This girl. This girl is 45. So yes.
The location of the manhole entrance and the points where the lateral, or smaller, lines connect to it can be identified. Conveniently, this is located just down the road from manhole, right behind the King Road residence on Walenta. Interestingly, this manhole is located within a yard.
This is the first thing that I've seen that lends any merit. But just the fact that the idea came up was very telling. And I wondered about it, and you see pictures of stuff, and I wonder if where Bubs was talking about with the reservoir where all the water drains to, or perhaps somewhere around those apartments, there is some type of opening that you can just walk right into and keep walking, and maybe at times a foot or two of water, and it pops up, and you know where it pops up. There's a ladder that climbs to somewhere that's either the manhole or an opening again where they can service these things. It's not out of the question. It isn't. And you gotta wonder why, if Drip Drop was getting all the hits that he was getting, and all the followers that he's picking, why would he just stop? Why would he just change and not say anything for 3 months? You know, do I need to get my guitar out again? Where's Drip Drop? Where's Jay Embry? I mean, he was gone. Gents. Oh, you can't say large open endings without laughing. Yeah, no, I know. I don't want to be the crazy Jude show. The crazy Tommy Jude show again. But no, this is very convincing. What happened in Eeks Peaks? Another one. Anybody who talks about the tunnels. Out like a light. I broke my camera now. I gotta put a new camera. This is why I need a new camera. Where is Nothing Half-Assed? Nothing's like, your camera works fine. It's working fine. What are you worried about? I'm like, please donate. Your camera's fine. Get me out of jail. Ah! Okay, it's not cooperating now. It's being stubborn. Hold on. You really don't need to see me, but, you know. You can see that I'm having technical difficulties. Carol Ann. There I is. We'll save that one. Alright. So, this is not my military uniform. I'm not trying to get stolen valor. Just so you know. I just thought it was a cool shirt. Alright. Yeah, Nick. Add up the Idaho math, you guys. Do it yourselves. Don't listen to me. Form your own opinions. But you have 3 people that we're talking about the tunnels. Drip Drop. Gone. Doesn't even talk about Idaho for, just a little blip. Neeks Peaks. Thought Riot Broadcast, number 3. We weren't really talking about tunnels, were we? But anyway, let's just throw that in there. So there's 3. What will happen to me after this broadcast? No one knows. Listen, if I have a heart attack, it's not because I had a heart attack. Okay? I'm backwards. Says the same cars as Moscow undercover that night at the residence, ironically, which definitely Jen keeps bringing up for sure. What's are you talking about? Are you talking about the lovely there? That's funny. Okay, go on. And I apologize real quick. This is as loud as it'll go for whatever reason. So the FBI, whatever agent is on this, has probably dubbed the volume down. But that's as loud as it'll go. Just wanted to say that.
Very evident to the university. One of the lawyers, now being retained by family members, actually communicated with the university. How do we know that?
Picture this. You're sitting at home alone watching.
A source connected to the university has given us the response. How the university responded to the family members through their lawyer, through their attorney. And what they wanted is not maybe necessarily what they're going to get. Not all the family members are on the same page, but the bulk of them, most of them are. They want preservation of evidence. They want the jury to be able to go on a go-see to this house if they so desire. One of the family members saw what happened in the Murdaugh case, followed the Murdaugh case, saw the jury go-see, and then more importantly, saw the conviction and thought, well, what bodes well down in South Carolina might bode well here in Idaho. Now the university has officially responded. And you might remember that the university just on March 24th sent all the family members a very kind letter with condolences and respect, letting them know the plan for the house. And that was back in March, okay? The plan then was, we plan to bring the house down likely by the end of semester. Please let us know if there's anything still inside the house you'd like us.
Wow. There's some video you don't see every day, huh, Jen?
To get, barring. Ford sent all the family members a very kind letter with.
Okay, first of all, Jen. I'm going to cover it up, and then it's going to be a surprise. Ta-da! Jen. Jen. That is not a tree stump, dude. Dude, that is not a tree stump. This thing right here in front of this dork. We've been talking about this tree stump over and over and over. And let me make it look like I'm looking at it. Ta-da! Ta-da! Da-da, 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 da-da. Jen. Jen, that's cement, dude. That I've never seen a white tree stump. I mean, I've seen white dog poop, but apparently they took out whatever ingredient it was that makes the dog poop white. And this is cement. That wasn't even the reason I paused the damn video. The reason I paused it was because look, in the back. Tried to be cool there.
And respect.
Right there. All right, so let's take a look at this. The much talked about hill, right? Now I know roots grow and water erodes and all that stuff. But I just noticed that these two, you can't see my, probably can't see my mouse. Can you know? But I think it's pretty clearly obvious what I'm talking about. Between those two trees right there, it looks suspicious. Even to the left of that, and then to the right. And they must be, and then over here, over the center pad on the chair, also looks very, and this video, you don't see this video. You don't see it. So maybe this one had him sweating. So whoever this is, Sneaks Peeks thing, great find. Here we go again. You guys put this stuff. This one even looks suspect. Behind the chair. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy crap. This slope itself doesn't look natural. It looks dug out. Because when you have a slope, typically it's a slope. This is a graded drop down. So there's 1 level, 2 level, 3 level, 4. That's a great observation. But now that we're zoomed in, let's roll it back a little bit.
Letting them know that the university just on March 24th sent all the family members of.
Wow, that first
You
thing.
might remember that the university just on March 24th sent all the family members.
Damn it.
Then you might remember that the university just on March 24th sent all the family members.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. You could not make this look more like, and I don't know how well you guys can see it, but one more time, I'm sorry. You could not make this look more like a tree stump. But I've been saying to Jen, was that a door? Is that what popped out? Wow, dude. But look at this. This is, I've been saying to Jen that it looks like an above ground, one of those cone shaped manhole covers that has a ladder going down. But I mean, there doesn't, that looks like cement, dude. There is no way that that's a tree. I'm not buying it. Why would you cover a tree in cement? Why would you leave? It's just too many questions on that. Woo. Look at that. That does not look anything like a tree stump. So the third reason that I stopped it real quick. What? Now, that could be Jen. But it doesn't look big enough, really. But maybe, I don't know. But that wasn't even the reason that I stopped it.
A very kind letter with condolences and respect, letting them know the plan for the house. And that was back in March, okay? The plan then was, we plan to bring the house down likely by the end of semester. Please let us know if there's anything still inside the house you'd like us to get, barring any biohazards. We want to reunify you with your children's belongings.
Jen, I'm in the middle of this. Let me finish. Stop interrupting your good stuff with more good stuff.
We're also going to clear.
If you had let me in that backyard, like these guys got to go in, before they tore this house down, I would have figured this shit out. I'm telling you.
Bring them to a warehouse you can come.
I would have started digging with my damn hands if I had to.
The original clearing of the house. Originally, items brought out, put into a U-Haul. Those were picked up by some family members. These are what's left. in the house. Okay, that was the original letter. Now, this was the tone back then. It's my hope that the university...
Okay, you guys, I have it all big. But I was looking, the reason I stopped it is because at some point I saw the telephone pole, and that even looked weird. But, alright, if nothing else, maybe I'll get unalive for showing the tunnel thing. Who knows? Let me play this
University's
out.
plan to remove the house helps in your healing.
I'm playing this first.
That's not how they
one
felt.
at a time.
Many of the family members said no and sent an official request to the university saying, please keep it standing. So tonight I want to read you the entire text of what the university responded with, how they sent out a communique to the lawyer representing some of the family members. Okay, it says, thank you for your email and request for a meeting with myself and President Green. At this juncture, I intend to keep our communications at the level of correspondence between counsel. That means I won't meet with you. We're just going to speak lawyer to lawyer. I do want to inform you that I have determined to directly request from prosecution and defense counsel a formal indication whether they have any objection to demolition of the property as planned by the university. If there is any objection, I will ask that the issue be brought to the presiding judge for a determination whether the university should be stayed from demolition.
Sick of all the ads like this one? Just go to adskiller.com so you can get on with other things without...
That's hilarious that they said, if there's any objection, I will ask that the issue be brought up to the presiding judge for a determination whether the university should be stayed for demolition, and if so, whether the house should be placed back under jurisdiction and protection of law enforcement. Now, it says right here, it says to the presiding judge for a determination whether the university should be stayed for demolition. It sounded like whether or not they should demolish the university. SoCap.
And if so, whether the house should be placed back under the jurisdiction and protection of law enforcement. It's signed sincerely, Kane, and that's Kent Nelson, who is the acting general counsel for the University of Idaho. So, I mean, that's pretty direct, right? No, we're sorry for your loss, our condolences. Now it's just, hey, you've requested apparently a meeting. The university saying we're not going to do a meeting with your counsel, or at least with any family members that we know of. We're just going to communicate this way. And the way the university sees it, their next move now is to go directly to the prosecutors and directly to the defense and ask them if they have problems with the demolition of the house. And if either of those two parties brings up a problem, then the university says they will request that the judge be the arbiter. And all of this is a very unusual way. I don't really know where judges would come in on this. It's I mean, clearly there's a concern of the victims' family members that's evident in how they've responded here. So anyway, as we said, the house still stands boarded up.
Okay, I'll read this again because I know I don't read shit in videos. If you're anything like me, it is hereby ordered that the crime scene located at 1122 Kane, including the home and outbuildings, trailers, vehicles, and curtilage, shall be preserved, which means the house will be locked, crime tape will remain, on-site police presence is not required. The crime scene will remain preserved until February 21st or February 1st, 2023, after which time a preserving suit will be acquired and further order of the court. They completely ignored all that.
tale of hidden connections and whispered rumors at many universities tell secrets of tunnels below the fraternity and sorority houses. A tale of hidden connections and a labyrinth of tunnels secretly linking them all. In the early days of Columbus, a prominent developer and landowner named William Neal embarked on an ambitious project. In 1856, he constructed a grand brick mansion atop a hill, intended as a home for his eldest son, Robert. This imposing house would eventually become Kappa Sigma Fraternity House. Some speculate that the site of the house was formerly on an Indian mound, given the numerous Native American artifacts that was discovered during its construction. William Neal was a man of considerable influence. He could make it rain in Columbus. Owning vast tracts of land in the vicinity, his commitment to the city's development was further proven when he generously donated 300 acres of his land for the establishment of an institution that would grow to a beacon of knowledge and progress, the Ohio State University. Neal's contributions continue to echo through the city's history. On one crisp fall afternoon in 1932, an unexpected visitor arrived at the door of Ohio State University's Kappa Sigma Fraternity House. A young pledge, Bob Thomas, opened the door to find an elderly man standing there carrying with him a story that would forever change the house's history. The man requested to see the basement, a request that obviously seemed strange, but the reason he'd been hidden in that very basement around 70 years prior, during his perilous journey as a runaway slave. The fraternity house, it turns out, was part of a network of secret passageways known as the Underground Railroad. A tunnel now sealed off was said to have run from the basement of Kappa Sigma House. It connected to a section under the Pi Beta Phi House, then kept going all the way to the river. The river was often a commonly traveled path for runaway slaves as it provided a direct route north, and the water helped mask their scent from bloodhounds that might have been tracking them. Back in 2019, there was an article about Swarthmore fraternities getting disbanded after a 117-page document included quote-unquote meeting minutes and details of pledging rituals from 2012 to 16. They feature racist, misogynistic, and homophobic language and accounts of physical and sexual assaults and bravado about buying date rape drugs. The report alleges the minutes also allege Delta Epsilon have both a rape tunnel and a rape attic. Allegations of sexual assault, violence, and harassment have also been shared by students on an anonymous Tumblr page named Why Swarthmore Fraternities Must Go. But it doesn't really detail any more about this tunnel, which is super freaking weird. It also says that the archive also included a reference to another fraternity's rape attic and rape tunnel. But that fraternity, which was Delta Epsilon, denied that such things ever existed and called the term a sorry attempt at humor by a member of the Swarthmore Greek organization. Sure, buddy. Now, the university beneath Puget Sound in the Seattle metropolitan area, on the pugetsound.edu website, I'll link that in the description video. It says, quote, this was back in 2016 when she wrote this. In the spring of 1962, Puget Sound began construction on the present-day fraternity houses on Union Avenue, located to the west of the main campus, along with the new men's.
I'm wondering how old this is, so I'm gonna look real quick at it. Now, if you ladies are giving me stuff, this is a year ago. Wow. So right around the time, this must be where Crime Circus sold his act from. But this is yeah, she was really good. I guess I didn't realize at the time. The article, what article? The genuine article? Yeah, no, there is a lot. I know there is, and it came up in another case, and I think I had the article and I lost it. But I'll look at that in a minute. I'm getting kind of sleepy. I don't know why. I want to finish through this though. I just drank like 2 cups of coffee. I don't know. I want to lay down at some point. And we just got Scott here and Rochelle. and who knows who else is watching us. But they're out there. This is a great shot. I was gonna yell at you guys like, don't give me good stuff when you know my simple brain is gonna get totally distracted and then see, I have to do everything they say, you guys. This show is an illusion. It's all the Jen and Heather show. I just do the work. So, all right. So we'll continue on. I just wanted to.
Housing, an underground dining experience connected each of the new fraternity buildings, unquote. So the construction of these fraternity houses in the 1960s led to this underground kitchen. It says that the units were occupied by 5 fraternities: Sigma Alpha Epsilon, Sigma Nu, Sigma Chi, and Phi Delta Theta, and Kappa Sigma. The dedication was sponsored by the Interfraternity Council, wrote the Tacoma News Tribune. Each house was built with a passage to a tunnel. You heard that right. It says, quote, the kitchen can boast of its complete modern air, which can efficiently and effectively serve 200 men, unquote. The article goes on to talk about an interview with one of the alumni who had received her bachelor's degree there, and she recalled her experiences in the Greek tunnels. And it says, quote, so basically I was a little sister at a fraternity called Sigma Chi fraternity, and I would go over and have breakfast with the guys. Like if there was a function on Friday night, I would go over Saturday morning and have breakfast with the guys down in the tunnels. And sometimes the little sisters would come over and...
Okay, now I do remember this part. I have not seen this in... Oh yeah, the DuPonts are beyond billionaires. But I have not seen this as in depth as it is in this one. This one has me. This one's got me. I'm switching. You just like made me a pro burger, pro tunnel. Yeah, I have no input. I'm not allowed to like run a show. No, I can do the funny, goofy stuff. They give me that. But as far as anything else, the intelligent, smart people stuff, it's coming from these 3 ladies right here. This is the DuPonts. You have to think about the money that DuPonts or Rockefellers have, and it's not, you can't measure. A billion is a million. If I'm not incorrect on that. And at one point in the late 1800s, I know for a fact, well, I mean, as far as the History Channel program I was watching said, that the Rockefellers were making $1 million a minute. And you got to figure that later too fast. Yeah, man, I'm getting there. I want to finish this, and I'm pushing to stay through it, and they're trying to give me more stuff we're going to have to save for the next show. I have more stuff, like that one thing I play. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. If you want to hang out to the end, hang out to the end. It's only a few more minutes. But I'm trying to, if you can help keep me awake. But the thing about it is that whatever I was saying, a million, yeah. That's what I said. And so if they were making $1 million a minute back in the 1800s, and now we're in the 2000s, and do you think that they've stopped making money? They were the reason we were able, they financed World War II. The government went to the Rockefellers for a loan for World War II. So do the Idaho math on that. But anyway, let's get back to the program, folks.
And help the guys clean up after the parties. And then occasionally, my memory isn't super sharp on this, but I remember walking over to the SAE, which is Sigma Alpha Epsilon house in the tunnels underneath, and I knew a couple of guys in the house, and I would sometimes have breakfast or lunch over there with them, unquote. It says that she was a transfer student from the University of California.
I got so frustrated with ads.
She was a member of Pi Beta Phi. It says, quote, I went in multiple times. I honestly can't remember how many times I went there. I was friends with some of the guys in the house, and I went to some of their dances and stuff. It goes on to say that all of her memories of the tunnels were fond ones, and, quote, we went down this little hallway through Sigma Chi to get to the tunnel, and it's just a tunnel. There's no windows or anything, obviously, so it's a pretty closed in. I'm sorry, so it was pretty closed in. But the food was good, and we just all sat. There was one big long table for the fraternity to eat at, and we just all sat together at the table, and it was kind of nice, kind of a family feel, she said. Unquote, unquote, she said. You know what I mean. It is said that the tunnels caused a feeling of divide on campus, she goes on to write in the article. It also goes on to say that the girl she interviewed never felt that way, though. Well,
okay, I'm gonna have to stop it right here. I don't know why. I have been tired all day, and it is smacking me right in the head. So I'm gonna leave it right here, and I'll do either, what's tomorrow? Thursday. Either tomorrow night or Friday night or Saturday night. If you guys want to join me back. I wouldn't mind watching this from the beginning again. If you guys are cool with that. Hey, Echoes. Yeah, so you missed a few good things there, Echoes. Again, the Purge has done it again. So I'm gonna, it's 3, and I don't want to go till 5 again, and I'm on a bad schedule right now. So I appreciate you guys understanding. That was just really getting interesting, and we found a lot of great stuff. But I will definitely check back with you the next couple days, and we'll take it from there. So thank you all for being here. Bubs, love you guys. Heather, Criminal, Meg P, you guys are awesome. So Rochelle, and where Pete Fox, did she pop in? Scott, man, I guess you probably woke up to us. I woke up to you guys the other day, so it was the same treat. It's nice to see you. Wolf Angel was here, and remember those people that used to do all the introductions at the beginning of the video? It was like 20 minutes, and you're like, come on! I'm saving the credits for the end here. Swamp Rose hasn't been in a minute. I don't know what she's been doing. She's been pretty busy, I guess, but she'll be back. They always come back. So, great chat, guys. I appreciate all the input, and what a great show again. So, if you're watching this on replay, thanks for being here, and everybody else, have a great night. Talk to you later.